Oh me, oh my. Let's put out the alerts. Get the links together. We're at the halfway point. Extra life donations, and what do I got? Tonight, tomorrow, day after, 3 days, and then Saturday's the game day. I sure hope I can make 500 buckaroos. I sure hope. Because it's for the children. Alright, so... Stream starting. Yeah, because Ishin... Make a drag. The famous monster is ready. It's... Legends. Drawn out. Bam. Beat. Send her out. Lovely. Now on the other service. Post a Maru. Okay. To the Discord posting. Oh, jeez. Man, it's weirdly cold today. I don't like it. Well, I do like it. It was nice taking a walk and not ruining my clothes with my gross sweat. It's a gross sweater. Other players. Okay, multi-place said. Alright. I think we got it. Let's switch it on over. Alright. Last time on like Dragon Ishin, I don't remember. It's been a while. I was purposely fighting mooks in the treasure dungeons, so I guess plot. Yeah. That's right, we're the chicken man. Always be the chicken man. Alrighty. Yep, hey, look at that. I stopped right at plot. Beautiful. I'm smart. Got a feeling we're going to watch a torture, so, you know, while we're watching a torture, please remember Extra Life is for the children in children's hospitals. I have raised 500 of $1,000. I've been my third year doing it. First year I went for 5, second 750, and I said, let's just keep this party happening. So, thank you everybody that's put in. The big game is Saturday. It is Dark Souls on a stair stepper while drinking a terrible booze every time I beat a boss. That's gonna be just fantastic. First 3 bosses are Malort. The 4th one is a mystery beverage that my wife gets to pick. The 5th one's more Malort, and the 6th one is yet again another mystery one for my wife. So this will be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I have 2 men that are kind and have agreed to come over and spot me. So we'll see how that all goes.
それ以上に逃げ足が速い。ついたあだ名が逃げの心得。桂は長州の頭脳とも呼ばれる天才。
If you haven't played like Dragon Ishin, it's you know, what if we were in a samurai drama, but we still had the goofy boys.
ああ、わかった。いいか、桂にしろ吉田にしろ、その二人にはここにいる君ら各隊隊長が当たれ。それ以外の隊士がかかっていっても無駄に切られるだけだ。
言われんでもわってるわ。それよりそろそろ時間やないか。わしはもうはよ人切らの収まらんで。
ああ、行こうで土方。もう火も落ちとる。分かっている。だが一斉に新選組の隊士が屯所から出りゃ襲撃を感づかれる。屯所を出るときは一人ずつだ。その後はそれぞれ持ち場の宿へ行って待機してろ。いいな。
Okay, hope you got that. I wasn't paying attention. Getting to plot. I think this might be catching up with the olden media race that the game started on. Maybe not. Who can say? Hot. Hang on. Iron plate. I can sell that. Okay. Yes, I agree. Alright, let us boogie. Ooh, hang on, shiny. I can play lotto with this. Nice. And, you know, while I'm here, no, can't check that box. And, oh, hang on, a lotto ticket. We got, ooh, Diary of a Housewife. Well, that's for a sub-story that I don't remember. Oh, hang on, I gotta give this boy some vegetables. You see, his mother hates vegetables, can't stand him, and, you know, we're his adult friends. So we have to give him vegetables so he won't run away from home to go somewhere that he can eat vegetables. Alright, what do we got? Hey, a raw potato. Kid loves his raw potato. Great job. My little friend munched that potato. That eating sound was a little gross. So good. Just gotta eat slop at the house. I think we've all been there, eating double dinners. Alright. The child is now even more of a friend of ours. All Kiryu's canonically virgins and friend of all children. Alright, I got shitty things. What do we got? Ooh, and a sealed pot. Man, we're gonna play so much lotto. Even when you're trying to behave and do plot, there's just all of these goodies to pick up. I'm just messing with you. No, I don't want to screenshot. Hey, there it is. Alright, where the hell am I going? The inn. Okay, I'm almost there. Hot. Charcoal, we can craft with that. Next. Oh, hi. Alright, poison sword. Done and done. Alright, we're an illusionist. Just like good old Gob. Alright. might be smart to plop a little save, just so I don't have to sit through all that text again. Alrighty, let's go in that in.
Saito君、今密偵を一人四国屋の中へ行かせた。獅子どもの会合を見つけたら合図をよこしてくる。ここが当たりか外れか。勤王派の会合が池田屋の方だったら全員で向こうに走る羽目になる。ああ、分かっている。ふん、さすがに落ち着いたものだな。随分爆発を踏んでいるらしい。
He's been known to get into some danger trouble, that chicken man. I mean, you know, you can't walk around just like a chicken without getting into fights.
いや、松原がやけに君のことを私に聞きに来たので、少し気になってな。なあ、一つ聞かせてくれるか。君はなぜ新選組に入隊してきた？
Why don't you join this gang that I'm
入隊
investigating?
する前に聞くもんだ。
So see my update didn't take.
これから入ってくるやつにはそうしよう。大した理由はない。
Done. Hey,
他に行くところがなか
our
った。
category is correct.
そうかな。君ほどの腕があれば、どの藩の勤王志士にも歓迎されるはずだ。
Mr.
勤王
Skills
だろ
is
うが幕府
silks.
の犬だろうが、どっちでも
The game is nice, you know, if you're not up on your lore, it just, you know, defines the words for you, helps you out there. I
買ってく
appreciate
れる
that.
ところへ行くまでな。なるほど。君の考えは簡潔でよい。その点では私と似ていると言えるな。聞いているかもしれんが、私はもともと百姓の出だ。局長の近藤さんもな。そうだったのか。
I have been informed that the famous monster is ordering food and will join Discord shortly.
父も祖父も
Hi,
剣を
cat.
持つことを許
How's
さ
Hollow
れ
Knight?
なかった。私もガキの頃は一生百姓のまま終わるもんだと思ってい
Lady
た。
Tesla is playing Hollow Knight. It's the damnedest thing.
だが黒船が来て以来、
Black ships. What are the black ships, you ask? Well, naval craft built in the Western world. The methods of their construction involve painting the hulls of the black pitch, leading to an impressionable, intimidating designs that greatly contrast with Japanese shipbuilding techniques.
本物の脅威を目前にして、
I hope you heard this, you know, enjoyed this naval history lesson, Cat.
力さえあれば百姓でも志を持つことが許される。志？近藤勇にはそれがあった。私はそれを支えるために剣を振るい、
It sparks
新
joy.
選組
Oh,
を伝え
look
続
at
けてい
you.
る。幕府のためにか。いや、この国を守るためにだ。何？いずれ君にも話せる
Yes,
こと
it
が
is a
来るだろう。
chicken. You know, I have the special version. So I have
君を
stupid
高く評価
costumes.
しているんだ。
One of which you can be, you know, classic Kiryu in his disco suit. The other one is he'll wear a chicken head. So, you know, he's got the chicken head.
余計なことは考えず。
Think of it like there's a time displaced version of Jacket from Hotline Miami, and it's, you know, even funnier.
そういやそうだったな。密偵が戻ってきたな。
副長、四国屋に不審はないようです。勤王志士たちはいる気配もありません。
とすると、こっちは外れか。
池田屋です。志士の会合は池田屋。
They tricked us. They're meeting somewhere else.
全員池田屋だ。行くぞ。
I wonder if I get the fight on the way. All right. Where is it? Ah, north of here. Okay. A different inn, right by the dance school. Sure hope I don't see any shiny things on the ground on my way over, because I'm gonna have to stop and pick them up. Apparently got lucky. just you know, you run fast. You hold your weapon in place in case you need it. You know, some hot moves. All right, we gotta fight with 40 men. Whoa, how about this? Those guys slide in the ground technique. You know, he says to target specific people, right? What if I just murder everybody? Sweep the leg. You know, it's funny. I can put away my sword and just use my fists, cat. Or we can pull out a gun. We have a gun. Gun is an option. You know, we don't have to use sword. We can use fist, we can use gun, we can use gun and sword, which I feel is the least interesting. Traitors. Gun. Gun. What if nothing but gun? We can fire the gun very fast. It's fantastic. Marvelous super combo. Oh, they're not really targets. Bunch of garbage. Hey! No. So we built a super gun a while back. It just lets me fast fire as fast as I can mash the button, which is quite fun. What do we got over here? Ooh, that's a goodie. I'm back. Excuse me, I gotta get this. Silk! Sir, thank you. Let's go fist. Do a brawling. Now, ooh, an item. Wonderful. I did not have a sword or a gun, let alone both out. That is preposterous. There you go. This is us. Sir? No thank you. So yeah, they, you know, we're kind of strong. I spent a lot of time dicking around with side content before doing the main stuff. I don't know if the glowing purple poisonous sword tipped you off. But kind of strong. I mean, glowing is good for us. It's just very bad for other people. I know this asshole. Sir? Sir, no thank you. Alright, give me the old Zapamaru. And special attack action with the sword. Not doing so hot. It's alright, let's mix her up. Actually, he might not be immune to dog, which is hilarious. Nope, can't do the dog on him. What do we got? Punchies. Oh, let's send a tiger after him, you know? Sir, this is an Applebee's. That's why there's a tiger attacking you. He's not wearing a shirt, you know, no shirt, no shoes, no service. They send out that Applebee's tiger that we all know about. Which threw him out of the restaurant. Forgot to send out the bear. I'm sorry, cat. So anyway, that's how fights go now that we're stupid strong. And, I don't know, I'm entertained by it. Send out the tiger, send out the bear, Use the guy that's got a sword that's a stun
ま
gun.
だ桂小五郎が残っとる。奴を捕まえへんうちは何も終わらへん。桂を探すんや。
Yes, find this guy. Any goodies? There are no goodies. Oh my! Sir, bring on a gun. Get out of here with this. Bunch of amateurs. Oh, somebody to talk to. Okay, somebody before. Stuck on the. Oh, that's the wrong way. Got it. Hey. What? Kato hiding there trying to sneak us. Sir! I thank you not to stab me when I'm trying to shoot you. Alright, what do I get? Wild silk. Too much for us to handle. Exactly. We have good thing we got the corporate tiger and the corporate bear to step in. Just remember where I have this stored. They're both on fist attack. Okay, look at that. The bear's charged up and ready to go. Wonderful. Let's we'll use fists. That way our skills will build. See, you guys got swords. Did you know that I got fists? I went to the boxing school in this quite a bit, so I can just, you know, punch most guys to death, and it's great. Oh, disarmed him. Well, that's a damn shame. Alright. Sorry you don't. Okay. Said tiger's ready. It's back to Guntown for you idiots. You know, like, they can block. They can block a couple bullets, but when you can just unleash all of the bullets at them, they get a guard break. And I find that funny. Goodies. Ooh, more goodies. Oh, Flintstone. Hey, what's up? Behind the sliding door. Alright. Just, yeah, go back to Fist and get ready to send out my tiger and my bear. Punch. Oh. More flunkies. Gun. Sir. Yeah. Wasting both of our time. Alright. Can't go there. Oh, there we go. The old cutscene grab. Ah, I have a gun too. I think I fire faster. Alright, that takes care of those dingbats.
Am I audible?
Oh, hello. You're here.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let me check levels. It's been a minute. Yeah, you're cranked up. I would turn yourself up a bit. Cat, you're right. No one can escape the corporate beasts.
How's that?
That sounds lovely. Yeah. So let me get to a safe.
There we go. How's that?
That's beautiful. Love it.
So I have that thing on the pitch here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put a URL
Yeah.
in chat.
Okay. Discord chat.
Discord chat.
Okay.
Secret Discord chat. I don't know if we're on. Are we live?
Oh yeah, we're live.
Oh hey.
Yeah, I'm playing. Yeah.
Hi there. Hi there, everybody out there in Streamland. All right. When you're done playing Yakuza,
Yeah.
put The URL in the chat.
Okay. I mean, you can put it in. I have Discord open. I have 3 monitors because, as you know, I'm insane. So I'll see it.
Here.
I'm monitoring on my monitor.
So what they are?
Yeah.
Is they are FCC complaints about Super Bowl halftime shows.
Oh, those are great. Yeah.
And they're just lots of them. And I feel that the challenge, the special being on the stream challenge, I don't really know, is you should read some out loud.
I'll gladly, do some ad copy.
You should read these like speak out column complaints from America.
Yeah, I'm merely Geoff, a mere ghost right now, you see. But when it's time to go to the matches, I mean, that's I got to tag in Ron Owens, and Ron Owens likes to just pound a whole Bud Light and read some ad copy because that's his damn job. He's a professional.
So, and I'll give you pages to go to.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm scouting for you.
I appreciate the effort. I had someone today remind me that maybe you might want to put your schedule on your page, and I said that's quite smart, so I did it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody. So these guys here, these are folks complaining to the FCC about Super Bowl 50.
Okay.
The big game. We're gonna start out pretty mild. They're I think this was the one where Adam Levine played, and there were a lot of people who complained about it.
Let's verify that while we let this cutscene play. Oh. Yes. Search the Wikipedia. All right. Entertainment. The halftime show was. Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson. I guess they did a little Uptown Funk for you.
Adam Levine was definitely at one of these because there were a lot of complaints about his nipples.
I mean, they might have montaged him in, they do.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the last halftime show I watched was with Midge. We caught the Sad Dad 90s rap montage one that happened, where it kind of looked like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, but like you stick in Dr. Dre and Eminem and Snoop and all them, and it's just like it was very weird. You know what? Actually, remember the game show Finders Keepers?
I do.
It was like they were on the set of Finders Keepers, but singing their hits. That's what it was really like. But also, the set of Finders Keepers was being pulled by a tractor trailer.
Okay.
Yes, Kat, the Maroon 5 guy is a sad dad. I believe we all got to read his weird DMs flirting with women.
He looks like
a man that would have California tattooed on his belly. Yes, he does.
He looks like the second try at Anthony Kiedis after focus groups found the first one too subtle.
I was gonna say too edgy, but that works as well.
Yeah, Anthony Kiedis is a little too subtle, not on the nose enough.
Ooh, okay, hang on, we're fighting. I'm gonna send a bear and a tiger to do my bidding.
Nice, I'm gonna look at that.
I also have a gun. Oh no, I can't. Oh, they're ripping me off. All right, well, how about that? Okay, I've got regen.
Yeah.
There we go. It's bear time.
Oh. That's amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
It's like he thought we were gonna do a samurai duel, right? But I said, what if I let my bear friend come in here?
Yeah. What if?
Or the corporate tiger.
Wow, it is not this person's day.
No.
At all.
No, he didn't think.
He is getting attacked by 2 different animals that he would not. Wow.
Oh,
fantastic.
massive gunman attack boost. It's a good thing I got a gun to just shoot him with. Also, the special move for the gunman, you just shoot him in the gut.
That's a great special maneuver.
Yeah.
They teach you that
In gun school.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's a boss battle in this game.
Wow.
If you spend more time doing, side quests than the main quest. You get like the gun that just fires as fast as you can mash the button. I got the glowing purple poison sword. I have animals
really
to do my
sucks
bidding. Yeah, it's
to be that guy today.
he didn't have a good day now.
No, he's just trying to fight somebody. A gorilla shows up or whatever.
Oh yeah. Also, we are wearing the chicken mask as though we are Jacket from Hotline Miami. This person did do a mess up, but don't worry, he's fine because it's all good. Oh no. I do feel like, what with them all being barefoot, that is a good way to just snap an ankle like a twig.
Absolutely.
Like I was on my lunch walk today, and there was a lady coming at me the opposite direction with one of those very wide tactical strollers, and we both tried to edge over so we could share the sidewalk. And if I was a little bit less agile, and I'm not that agile, I definitely would have had my little ankle rolly become an ankle snappy, and that wouldn't have been so fun.
Yeah, not ideal.
Yeah, usually I try to stay ambulatory.
Did the animals do that? Is that what's up?
Yeah, it was a bear.
Okay.
Right? Hey guys.
Never stops being funny.
Nope. It's the best too, because like everybody is very serious, and then it's just chicken head.
I did that with Dead Rising 2.
Oh, there's some wonderful.
Had a Lego head.
I forget who it was. It's definitely on LP Archive. It is a co-op Dead Rising 2 playthrough where they were every episode they would change clothes, and there was one where it was definitely the women's lingerie clown and some other just abomination, and it was fantastic.
Nice.
We're the mole. We infiltrated these guys because we're trying to find who attacked and killed our dad. Yeah, we thought he was gonna go for the chicken. No. Too obvious.
Is it about the chicken or no? Oh.
It's a Choshu domain, not chicken domain. Subtle difference.
It's colorblind?
No, the crow is the name of an information broker.
I'm a whole different bird, I'll have you know.
Yeah. I hear you know quite a bit about birds there, Monster. Is that true? Sorry.
Well,
is that for true? Let's get into the wrestling spirit.
I consider myself something of an expert on our avian friends. Mostly I respect their privacy, so I don't really know a lot about them, but I feel like I understand them.
Okay, I can appreciate that.
I'm like, those are flying. I cannot get over it.
Don't tell me this guy in a chicken head's not fishy. Don't you tell me that.
It kind of turns it into an episode of Cromartie High School,
Yes, it does. Oh.
Like I would just redub this, except I would have one guy be like, "That guy's head is a chicken," or whatever, or just like, "Saito, I've noticed something about your outfit." And I'm sure you're thinking about it too. I'm sure we all noticed it. I'm just gonna say what it is, Saito. I'm just gonna say what is unusual about your appearance. Your robe is kind of more open than it should be.
Yeah, knew a fencer that would paint his mask weird stuff, and it worked on the strip more often than not. What? I mean, I can get that as psych out, but what is weird here?
新選組のために使ってくれるのなら私は君を疑うようなことはしたくない。
This mask also, I feel like it'll like
この長州の患者を切り
really demonstrate your
その
prowess
ことを証明し
because
ていただきたい。
I would guess you can't see shit in that thing.
さあ
Well, it's kind of, you know, we're clearly a Zen master. We can just sense all the enemies.
Yeah, just feel the air moving on your skin. Oh.
I'm a trash. Whoa.
Hey,
That's
okay.
big words, man.
Don't say stuff you can't take back.
I may have just came off the old turnip truck, but you know, I'm not gonna curse in polite company. Oh, that's a sword.
Yeah, oh. Hey everyone.
局長と弾を愚弄され黙っているわけにはいかない。邪魔をしてすまなかったな。頭に血が上ってしまったようだ。火の上。
So basically, he's saying, "My bad, guys."
Yeah. Right.
よし、じゃそろそろ帰るとすっか。
そうですね。もうクタクタですしね。
Let's leave because he's tired, you know, not because maybe it's not the best idea to hang out in a building full of dead bodies.
Is that Wayne Newton?
No.
Are you sure that because he looks
He
they're
is.
gonna show him.
He's a real person. I know who you're talking about. He is a real person. A lot of the head bosses are modeled after, you know, actual actors. So that's a real person, not actually Wayne Newton, but he does look a lot like
敵
him.
を取り逃すことのないよう頼みますよ
And when you fight him, you know, he rips off his top and he is just ripped to hell. And, you know, of course, has an impressive back piece.
斉藤。
Fair.
よう覚えとけ。
It's kind of like they're all the masters of the pants rip that Chris Pontius never quite perfected when he was doing Party Boy, you know?
Yeah, yeah. The Pontius pant rip is just more about the commitment.
And as someone that owns, you know, a number of pair of track pants, and yes, I've tried it, there's always one that gets stuck. It's just, you'd think it would be a solved problem.
Thanks.
Beak.
Yeah, by the way, I've got the moon crystal sword. And I'm wearing a rooster mask.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, I got a trophy.
Nice.
All right, let's, yeah, throw a save. Wonderful. And...
Okay, I don't know that I've ever played one of these before, but now I'm going to because of that. Because this is a game where, like, I'm just thinking about this game from the perspective of an NPC.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, these guys were talking, they got into a fight, and then this dude with a rooster mask showed up, cleaned house, and then a bunch of zoo animals just started barging in.
And there was a bear and a tiger?
There was a bear. Yeah.
Why even was that? Just makes no sense, you know? No sense at all. All right, let me update my screen share for you. All right.
Hey.
So let me get a beverage. Vamp to the people, and we'll do some Super Bowl complaints, and then get us a match.
That sounds great. Hey there, how are we doing, friends? Out in Streamland. Streamland, yeah, that's there you go. Are we streaming? How are you out there? Yeah. Hanging. Staying rocking? You don't have to. I'm not.
What about
Not my
docking?
job. Yeah, well, docking.
Done, you know, they're not as good as Rat. I prefer, you know, Round and Round to was it? What was Dawkins' song that was in a Nightmare on Elm Street?
Dream Warriors.
Is it Joe's Dream Warriors? Okay, I thought it was,
Yeah.
but thank you for confirming.
I could have sworn that Breaking the Chains was their other one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember Cinderella.
How could I not?
They had the guy who was just like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what his deal was. Where are we streaming? I just realized I went to Twitch and I don't.
It's on Twitch, yeah.
Is it?
Well, click the live next to my name, and you can just get the direct feed.
Oh.
So
Yeah, no, I know, but
okay. We're on fabulous twitch.tv/Jeff__ghost because I'm stupid and I don't want to change the name because in other places I have it linked as that, and you'd have to go and fix it.
okay.
But I guess I'm not Jeff. I guess I'm Ron Owens, and we're here at the matches with the famous monster. Tonight's match brought to you by Bud Light. Always brewed using the choicest hops, best barley malt and rice. That's Bud Light.
God damn it.
I've started doing that at work when I'm left alone.
Shit.
I've been practicing, you know.
I do. All right. That is right, Owens, and shit, god damn it. That is right, Owens, and let me tell you something. After a long day of getting your body torn up to hell in that ring, there is nothing more refreshing than a tall, cool Bud Light. Ice cold.
Yeah, got this one right out the mini fridge that we got down at the Auto Mart. Don't forget, if you want a quality used car, don't forget the Route 46 Auto Mart in the lovely Totowa, New Jersey.
You know, if you were looking at it on some kind of fantasy map, they would call it the realm of bargains, Owens. That's the kind of stuff that goes on there.
It's no Little Falls, but Totowa makes two. All right, so, you got a ticket number for me.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's see. I'll give you a page number.
Okay.
Because we're going to skip the ones that are, like, a little too racist.
There's
There's always a couple.
Yeah,
there's always a couple.
Page one, I just want to say my eyes immediately drawn to somebody, in quotes, things Italian.
Oh, yeah, we are going to skip that guy.
Oh, it's from Margate, New Jersey. Wow.
Yeah. Our friend has a lot to say about Governor Chris Christie.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, there's a lot of stuff that, like, it's pretty bad. I don't know.
From this state, I believe it. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. So he's like super, like he's racist so hard against Italians that he's racist against Italians. Is kind of how his deal is.
And yet,
like,
as one, I still feel you cannot be racist against Italians.
Right, but like, what if you are super, like you're really
somehow he's trying that hard. Okay.
He is putting in the hours. Let's just start on page 3. Imagine you're an outraged caller to your local newspaper or organ of records speak out column.
Okay.
Where everybody in the community can have their say.
Sure.
And let's just hear from Fort Mill, South Carolina.
Okay. Ticket number 143743, Super Bowl. Date: February 5, 2017, 10:04:41 p.m.
I'll just skip to the description.
Okay. I am a bit disappointed in the commercials during the Super Bowl. They are not age appropriate for my kids' horror movies. How can you show ads that don't match the rating of the program itself?
Oh, yeah. You know what? Go right ahead to 4.
Okay.
Page 4 takes us over to Woodstock, Georgia. That's 30188 for you postal code hounds.
All right. Ticket number 1437162. R-rated commercials during the Super Bowl. I am appalled at the amount of times I have had to cover my daughter's eyes during the Super Bowl commercials. Why would these be on display repeatedly during what should be considered a family affair?
All right. So, you know what? Actually, this is a good streak. So we're gonna go to page 5. Just give me if you just give me the most impotent, fucking like imagine Moby is getting outraged.
Okay. Ticket number 1437165, family friendliness. I don't appreciate trying to watch the Super Bowl with my family and having commercials like Budweiser saying #GiveADamn and Verizon having a commercial in a sex dungeon. This is not appropriate for all ages, and hope that my complaint doesn't fall on deaf ears.
Awesome. Okay, wait. Can you do it one more time, but like a little whinier, or like a lot whinier? Just whine all over the place.
I don't appreciate trying to watch the Super Bowl with my family and having commercials like Budweiser saying #GiveADamn and Verizon having a commercial in a sex dungeon. This is not appropriate for all ages, and hope that my complaint doesn't fall on deaf ears.
Marvelous. Thank you. All right. Go to number 7.
Okay.
Page 7.
All right.
Yeah.
Ticket number 1437169, loud commercials at a Mineral Point, Pennsylvania. Sheet's commercial during Super Bowl was particularly loud.
Oh.
Well,
page 8. We got someone coming in from Jupiter, Florida.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at good old ticket number 1437190, T-Mobile Super Bowl commercials. I think the T-Mobile Super Bowl commercials are extremely inappropriate for young audiences due to the sadomasochism innuendos. This is much worse than Janet Jackson's accidental exposure. I'm just glad it's a school night and my children went to bed since I live on the East Coast.
Oh, okay there, Jupiter, fucking Florida.
Hey, Florida man. Or woman, who can say? They did, we don't have that information here. I shouldn't make assumptions.
Hey, it's 2019. People from Florida can be whatever.
Yeah.
How about page 10?
Okay. I feel spiritually, they're all Florida man, though.
They're all Florida man.
All right, page 10.
This actually, page 10, as a matter of fact, comes to us from the Great Flat Plains of Twinsburg, Ohio.
Ooh, Monster, we know a lot about Ohio, so let's see what good old ticket number 1437210, poor reception, Fox News Network / channel 8.1 WJW, Cleveland, Ohio. Watched most of the second half of the Super Bowl with no problems until about 3 or 4 minutes left in regulation. Then the broadcast signal strength went to shit. Went from 50 to 60 to low mid 40s on my antenna strength meter on my digital TV. Recurring failure from this signal provider.
Oh.
Let's do like
right,
2 more, and
what?
we'll get to a match, and we'll come back.
I would, you know what? I'm gonna read page 14.
Sure.
From Bend, Oregon, ticket 1437229, profanity on TV. During the celebrations of the Super Bowl 51, the words "motherfucker," "kiss this bitch," and "fuck" spoken.
Like in the room?
I guess. Maybe. Oh no! Apparently, someone. There's a lot of complaints about someone saying "motherfucker" on television.
Ah.
Yeah. In fact, why don't you take us over to page 19 from Noblesville, Indiana?
Okay. Ooh. Ticket number 1437250. Banned words after Super Bowl. On the post-game show of the Super Bowl on Fox 59 Indianapolis, I heard the word motherfucker at least 3 times. A man was carrying the trophy through the guys saying, "Kiss it, motherfucker." I'm glad my kids were not watching it this time. It happened at the presentation of the trophy after the Super Bowl. All right.
Yeah. Hold on. There's gotta be. Oh man. Okay. It's. Okay. Yeah. Let's. Why not take us out with page 22? Page 22 from Schenectady, New York, which I'm told means the place beyond the pines.
All right. Ticket number 1437262. Complaint about foul langue on Fox Sports. After the Super Bowl, New England Patriots player number 29 used the F word at least 2 times on live TV. As an amateur radio operator, I must conform to the rules set forth by the FCC in regards to my language because there are children listening. Being a pro football player with considerably more money than me should not allow him to be able to be above the rules. Also, during the presentation of the trophy, Willie McGinnis and other players used the phrase motherfucker several times. Why do the New England Patriots and Fox Sports think they are above the rules? So it's an internal question.
It is, and I feel like it's. I'm glad that you nailed how. If you ever see a question mark followed by an exclamation mark followed by another question mark, you've got to snivel as much as you possibly can coming out of that sentence. And you just gotta skid into the biggest simper you can possibly come up with because that's it demands it. It's like a little stage direction, All right, well we're back to wrestling. Look at this.
We sure are. Let's I changed my window. Silly Gorfrey. Well, we got us some Fire Pro. It's been a hot minute.
Fire Pro Wrestling World is actually one of the 8 realms.
Yeah?
I don't know what the other ones, if there's other ones. I would guess, because I don't feel like I'm in it. So
I think
there's got to be at least 2.
I was watching a bunch of the demos earlier, and they've been all great. I think this is Big Bully Busick and Wildfire Tommy Rich. That's a pairing.
I thought that was Dan Severn.
I don't think it was Severin. Maybe it was.
I don't know.
Could
he
be.
Just had a Severnness to him. It could have been Freddie Mercury for all I know.
Who's to say? All right. What are we feeling tonight?
Well, let's see. Well, I'm looking at my options here.
Yep.
I think it, start out with a nice singles match, warm up the crowd, get the crowd warmed up.
All right. Normal match. Just
someone's
nothing at stake but pride. We're gonna throw a title on the line here.
I think it's just where the crowd is, because the thing is there is only one thing you can do in a wrestling show once, and that is people see wrestling for the first time that night.
Yeah.
You can only see wrestling for the first time that night once.
True,
so you don't really have to try super hard. Like you can.
To phone it in a little.
They're just gonna be happy to see some wrestling.
Okay.
And then the good wrestling happens. And I mean, this could be good wrestling too, but I'm just saying
all right, let's see who we got. Rugged Rod Price and Lufisto. There we go. I think this is more perfect than you could imagine. Let me just check settings, CPU level. Yeah, speed we left it normal. Okay, this is all should be where we had it. I like it. Cool.
Great, because otherwise it gets a little zippy with the having to keep up.
Yeah. Well, Monster, speaking of zippy, we got a big card coming for you tonight. Starting off strong with Rugged Rod Price, the California stud, taking on the wounded Ronin Owl, Lufisto, Canadian from the great province of Quebec. Although we are in good old Calgary tonight with referee Skippy Granola, I think Canada is going to cheer its own.
Lufisto, she's Quebecois, and you must be Quebec wondering what kind of action you're going to be seeing in the ring tonight. And if you're not thinking that now, then you're also looking at Rugged Ron Price's amazing codpiece. Look at that thing. It's bobbling back and forth, just like his desire to win in the wrestling ring, which he wants to do.
Well, let's see what he can do tonight and send it down to good old Skippy Granola.
So he's going to try to. He's going to try to do it and try to win.
Now, you see, Monster, the funny thing about Rod Price and that cod piece is that, that is a hair piece. There was a devastating match down at the Sportatorium in good old Dallas, Texas, where, one gentleman, Chris Adams, ripped that hair piece off his head. It was a bloody mess.
A brutal maneuver, but that's the kind of thing that can happen when you step into the wrestling ring. There is real pride on the line here, and some say that's worth more than any championship belt. I mean, actually, no one really says that because everybody wants the belt, but the pride is worth a lot of stuff anyway. Keeping Granola there, coming in. Look at him, calling it right down the middle like he always does. The man is committed to justice. He is married to justice, and yeah, that's it. He's just married to justice.
Lufisto, not a way trade bombs with Rod Price there. You know, going in, throwing an elbow after ducking out, coming in with a nice little hip toss. I think it might be shades of judo. Perhaps she is aware of the incident with one gentleman, Chris Adams.
You know, I would not put that past her at all. She's a thinker. She gets in the ring, she does some thinking, then she thinks about how to do the wrestling she's going to do, and then she does that wrestling. That's the kind of things that happen when you wrestle thinkingly.
Indeed. You know, definitely a ring general, a veteran presence in the ring, can go technical, can go deathmatch. She can really do it all. Has been relying mostly technical this match. We've seen that snap mare about 3 or 4 times now. Not afraid to do quick maneuvers, get Rod Price off his feet and try and take advantage as we go up for another modified Falcon Arrow of some sort, I believe.
That's exactly what that looks like to me. And there it goes again. She's enjoying doing that maneuver. It's effective. It's all part of that arsenal.
That single leg crab, shades of, other Canadian legend, Lance Storm, who is also from Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Alberta, Canada. Granola's looking to call it, and no.
Granola, get in there. Rod Price going for the eyes. You can't let that happen. Not in Canada.
It's true. They love truth and justice up here, probably.
Rod Price trying to insult Lufisto, and I think that might backfire, using the half crab on her as they eats a just vicious heel to the face. Lufisto off the top.
You know there's going to be receipts if you try to step to someone like Lufisto without the strongest of respect for the sport and the passion and the dedication and the fighting and the wrestling and the kicking. You got to do that. You got to have it.
Fisto is not afraid to make an implant, as we saw her planted Rod Price with that DVT and coming back up to trade blows, but loses it on that exchange.
Once again, it's turning into a slugfest here in the ring.
Rod Price getting desperate with that small package.
Not quite enough.
Now, don't forget, Rod Price is also no slouch. I know we haven't been building up his bone feeds that much tonight, but was a former tag team and North American champion in the good old Global Wrestling Federation.
Now, that is absolutely true, Owens. The rugged one can stand toe-to-toe with just about anybody inside of that ring.
Unless you have...
happens, it is a...
Well, he does have one Achilles heel, which would be young Scott Putski, the Polish Power Jr., although ever since that devastating leg injury that put young Scotty out of the sport, I think Rod Price can breathe easier.
Yeah, but I don't see any Polish folks in the ring tonight. Actually, I have no idea. I'm not really going to ask. That's rude. But I don't see any Putskis in the ring tonight because he's going to try to win too.
Still the beautiful DDT going up top again. She wants to make a statement. Rod Price hits the splash. What is she doing? Here we go with the cover. Ref Granola's in. Only a 2.
No. Ron Price did not come here to give up. Unless he gives up right now. No, he didn't do that.
With a kick out, I thought Lufisto was going for that burning hammer. Shades of Kenta Kobashi once again calls an audible. She's keeping us guessing. I think, though, if she went with that burning hammer, that would have been it. Rod Price posing for the fans. No respect for Lufisto.
You underestimate an opponent like Lufisto, you're going to get what's coming to you. And what's coming to you is fists and also kicks.
Rod Price off the top rope. That's rare. Hits a nice-looking elbow nonetheless. Fisto sends...
You don't see the rugged one take to the sky all that often, Owens.
I guess he just makes him count, monster.
He's got that spirit in him, but does he have enough? Is it going to be 2? And no.
Lufisto with the Northern Light suplex, sticking to a nice, strong Canadian offense tonight, but it wasn't enough.
He's still got some of that rugged juice in him. Just some whip-smart punches. from this fella here.
Fisto firing up after a counter with that snapmare. Let's see what she can do. Sending a rugged one off the ropes. Oh, ducks the clothesline. Hits that Northern Lights again. Ref Ghostnola's in. We got 2 heads. Oh, so close.
Looks like things are getting desperate out there, and that was just enough to secure the victory.
Fisto going back to that driver, kept tempting us with the burning hammer. We didn't see it. You know, perhaps it's showing the rugged one. I can put you away at any time, but, you know, I'm not done playing with you yet. Although she's done now. At 11:35, our victor is Lufisto. The Emerald Flosion. There we go. Couldn't remember what that one was.
I just think of it as like a side Michinoku driver for some reason.
Yeah, that'll work. All right, what are you feeling?
I would say elimination tag probably.
Okay.
Because I feel like any other kind of tag match is gonna just go on.
Yeah.
Because of the dedication and the conditioning of these athletes is just. And, you know, while we're selecting our competitors for tonight, I would just like to take a moment. I would like to take a moment, call out bravery of our referee in the Calgary ring tonight, Skippy Granola. As you can see, he is right there in the action, because how can you call the action fairly if you're not seeing it? So he's going to be in there, and he sees it, and you can see the danger to his well-being when the high-impact maneuvers are flying fast and furious.
Okay, there we go. That's the way to do it. Just kind of put people in. Sure, great. It's like I didn't think there was a tag actual thing. All right, so let's. I think it's elimination by default. That's just one. Yeah, elimination's on. Okay.
All right. I don't know who any of these people
we're
are.
just.
Oh.
All right. There we go.
I would match that random again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Folly's a funny one. Yeah, okay. Let's let me get an alternate freaking gun there. That's not a real guy. You're not real. Oh, damn it. I should have kept Sunny Beach. Okay, even better. GWF, Tug Taylor.
Oh, fantastic.
All right.
You know what? I'm kind of I'm on board with guys who aren't real. You just make shit up about them.
You can, but like there's a fine collection of ridiculous GWF and USWA guys that I downloaded.
Because the thing is that if you then make these guys up because they wrestle these other people, they become canon. And the best part about that, okay, is that if you look at all these people who know each other, and if you think about the kind of shows that some of them have guest starred on, you're a couple hops away from the Westfall verse at that point, my friend.
I mean, I thought, you were saying that we need to register an AO3 account. I'm not quite ready for that yet.
No. It's literally.
I'll leave that for Donnie.
Stream friends, please understand that literally everything that happens in this video game stream is wrestling canon and happened.
Okay.
It's real.
Sounds good. Well, what else is real? It's good old that. Well, wrestling is real, but also Extra Life. Hit old, exclamation point donation or donations.
Yeah.
I set up multiple or donate.
Donate.
We hit the halfway point. We got 500 buckaroos. I'm going to keep going the rest of this week after work. And Saturday at 2 p.m. is the big stream. I'm going to get really stupid. Monster, do you recall how stupid I'm getting?
Over the moon kind of stupid?
Yeah, it is the Dark Souls Dunce Stair Stepper Granola % charity variation. Remember, there's nothing more dangerous than an idiot with a trick up his sleeve. I'm going to be, beating the first one on the Switch.
But Glurf, that is the most dangerous charity variation of all of the different configurations of charity variation.
Well,
it's never been attempted in 100 years.
It's worth it for the children to be on a stair stepper until I beat that game. So,
but
that's just.
Listen, it's.
I'm willing to make sacrifices for things I believe in. Are you?
I don't know. It's so. Please, there must be a less dangerous charity variation, such as I don't know, some other one that's.
Well, there's also a little bit more to it. It's not just using a stair stepper while playing Dark Souls. There's more.
Insane.
Yeah.
There's more. Actually, hang on a second.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Sure.
My food is here.
Oh, you should get your food. I got food too. I got some noodles. Mitch came down with noodles. I got some peanut noodles. She's quite a great chef. I can. Oh, and it's rice ribbon. Love that rice ribbon. I don't know if this is a rice ribbon fan. Let me tell you. Delicious. Probably one of my favorite noodles. Wait for the old Monstar to get back. But, yeah, I got halfway through my goal of $1,000 reduce. Pretty nicely surprised about that. I could have settled. I could have settled for 500. I made that the last 2 years. I said, no, let's push this. Let's get stupid. Why not go, for the stars when you can? Although I am on Team Malorts, my former team captain has jumped ship, so now I am the captain of Team Malorts. Why not? I'm willing to take that responsibility on. It's very much a case of not paying attention, and, somebody might as well do it. Oh, noodles, wonderful. So, if you're not familiar with Dark Souls, people like to talk up, it's a challenging game, and, sure it is, but really it's like any game. You learn the systems and it's fine. It's also noted for having a boatload of bosses. So, I figured you might as well do something about that and around that for donations. Which is why if we jump back to the old waiting screen momentarily, you'll see our Malort's Left list, and there's 4 there. There's one from Dunkman, there's one from Grandma, there's one from Clef, there's one from JPJ. Thanks, Jetpack. So anytime you beat a boss in the Dark Souls for this, charity run, there's a condition. So for the Dark Souls Done Stair Stepper Granola % charity variation, anytime you eat a boss, you gotta pound a drink. So the first 3 bosses are shots of Malort. The 4th one is going to be a mystery drink that the kind person who hit that incentive said that, Midge can pick it, which is very nice of him. But then don't worry, the 5th one is going to be another shot of Malort. And thankfully, our last donor that got us to 500 hit another incentive and said that, Midge could handle that. So that's, very kind. That said, if you're wondering, there are, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, 22 bosses in Dark Souls. I'm not going to fight all of them. Thankfully, there are a significant number of optional ones, but I'm probably looking at, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
I apologize,
13.
but,
Oh, hi.
Hi, you may have to continue to vamp for a bit while I eat.
Oh, yeah, no, I was explaining that, Dark Souls is known for its bosses. There's a lot of bosses in it, and there's about 13 that are required. And as part of this, I need to take a beverage after every boss that I beat. And the first 3 bosses are a shot of Malort. The 4th boss is Midge Decides. The 5th boss is another shot of Malort. And the 6th boss is Midge Decides. So that's a great setup. If my incentives, thankfully, I do have a number of, if you're feeling kind, You can drop some money and it'll add, just I have to chug, a can of delicious Big Wave beer from Kona Brewing to certainly wash the malort out of my mouth. Day of, I will certainly probably be adding another couple other incentives to help fill that list out. But yeah, my mouth is going to be real gross. I'm going to be sweating a lot. It's probably going to smell like a brewery down here. It's going to be, great, which is why I have 2 people coming over to kind of spot me that day, prepare things. I was thinking of, a path that would be fun, but it would involve more bosses, and really, really thinking just keeping that to the bare minimum is probably the smartest move I can make. But, who knows? Who knows how this is all going to shake out? And, yeah, so Extra Life. Money goes to children's hospitals. Mine is to a local New Jersey one. It's where I live. Don't blame the children for living here. They were just born here. They can't help it. Help them out. For the kids. Well, this monster's finishing up. I think it's about time to start setting up this tag team match we got going on tonight. Our second match of the night we have from Dallas, Texas, Tugboat Taylor, a veteran of the Texas wrestling scene. You folks might know him from good old ESPN After School Classic, the Global Wrestling Federation. Teaming up with him is Bad Luck Fale, a former rugby player that made his way to Japan. They're going to be squaring off against another native to the Japanese scene. Perhaps you might even say a legend, Hiroshi Tenzan, and his partner, tag team specialist, the lover boy himself, Dennis Condrey. Now, Dennis is normally accompanied to the ring by, you might say a veritable Batman rogues gallery. It might be a Bobby Eaton. It might be a Randy Rose. It might be a Paulie Dangerously. It might be a Jim Cornette. It might be a Big Bubba Rogers. But tonight he's going things a little bit wild, feeling out a new tag team partner in Hiroshi Tenzan. You could even throw one Norvell Austin in there, and it would be a familiar face. But, Dennis just tag team specialist. I think he'll do just fine. As once again, here in Calgary, we're going to throw it to good old Skippy Granola to get us started. Referee Granola calls for the bell as we have Fale and the Loverboy squaring off. Loverboy takes no time with somehow, even with Fale's short haircut, doing a hair pull to get him down to the match. Fale does not seem to be a fan of that as he's just muscling over the Loverboy. Dennis, though, not afraid to take some shortcuts to get an advantage. The elbow to the back of the head, a couple of stomps to the back. Fale is... I don't think you want to make this man mad. He's not the sort of guy, you'd want to meet in a dark alley. Fale keeping the Loverboy over on his side of the ring. Dennis trying to retreat. Fale can't do the cutoff as here comes Tenzan with the tag in. Tenzan, not necessarily known to be a tag team specialist. As you can see, let's Fale make the tag out. Now we got Tug Taylor against Tenzan as our legal man. Tenzan and Tug Taylor fighting to a standstill on that test of strength. Now, you might look at a man like Tug Taylor and think, surely, Tenzan is basically cut from marble. But you got to remember, Tug is deceptively strong. It's the tendon strength that really lets this big man just throw people around like, sacks of flour. Loverboy back in a double team maneuver. Again, showing the tag team specialization he can bring to any partner. Tug throwing Loverboy to the ropes. He wants to get a couple hits on Tenzan before he goes out. Again, the tendon strength of Tug Taylor demonstrated with that vicious bear hug. I'm surprised the Loverboy didn't have to call it out. Quick pin from Dennis Condrey only gets a 1. Referee Granola was out of position. It's very rare to see that, but hey, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Loverboy makes the ropes. Tug has to release that reverse chin lock as he goes to tag back in Fale. Loverboy seemingly just ignores the tag. Gets caught off guard, but is firing back with a couple of fists of his own. Tug bringing his own partner up helps disrupt Fale just enough, but throwing the lover boy into his own corner. Tug is not willing to help his partner out this time. A little strange as Fale locks on the Boston Crab. Fale fighting off both partners, hits a beautiful chokeslam on Tenzan. Loverboy can't quite get him up for the suplex. Fale with the reverse. Loverboy is outside the ring. Referee Ghostnola is over for the count as Tug Taylor goes to capitalize.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That is 10. Oh, we're going up to 20 tonight. Ref Ghostnola, I forgot. We've had a bit of an issue with these outside the ring. Donniebrooks extending the 10 count to a solid 20 to make sure you fans get a definitive finish. Tenzan hooking in an interesting submission of some sort, but Tug Taylor is right there to break it up as the Loverboy is retreating. Tenzan goes for the eyes of the big man. Well, you know, if Tug can't see, he's going to have a hard time fighting you, but close enough. Takes Tenzan down, locks in that sleeper as Loverboy comes in to try and help. Once again, Loverboy and Tenzan with that double team maneuver.
Give up. Give up.
Tug Taylor, a wonderful suplex on Tenzan. Remember, the big man is deceptively strong as he goes for a back suplex. Tags in Bad Luck Fale. Are they going to be able to cut him off before he makes the tag? No, the Loverboy is in. And again, a double team maneuver on Fale. Tug Taylor just standing and looking as he locks in a front face lock on the Loverboy. Fale is in no man's land, but he's trying to fight himself out. Shades of Scott Hall with that diamond cutter modification there. Dennis Condrey with a surprising delayed suplex on the big man. But he is not the first one up. You gotta wonder, how much is it taken out of Dennis as he hits a Samoan drop? Fale out, thrown outside of the ring. All four men are interacting once again. Fale's looking to put a nasty hurt on Tenzan outside of the ring. Fale's got to get him before the 20 counter. He is out for his team. Tenzan goes out. Looks like he was going to hold him down a bit. Wasn't able to capitalize, so we start seeing the Loverboy, Dennis Contra, getting counted out. Loverboy beats in the count. Referee Ghostnola is being very lenient tonight as the legal men just kind of sort it out for themselves, but we've seen a lot of 2-on-1 and 2-on-2 action for some reason. Tenzan throwing the big man like a sack of flour. Quite a surprise. Tug Taylor tagged in. Chokeslam fought off, but Tenzan just doesn't have an answer for those heavy fists. Samoan drop as Tenzan rolls out to the ring. Tug Taylor pumping himself up for the crowd as the Loverboy comes in to try and interfere. Conju just flooring Tug Taylor as Tenzan's able to lock on that submission. Russ Ghostnola is in to check it out. Tug Taylor fighting to get to the ropes. Makes it. Taylor with a suplex as Tenzan goes outside. Fale and Tug double teaming on Loverboy with a beautiful double power bomb. Taylor off the ropes. Tenzan with a spinning heel kick of some sort. Dennis Condrey tagged back in. Tenzan with the body slam. Loverboy picking Taylor back up. What's he going to follow up with? Oof, some modified Russian leg sweep. Smash him in the face. He goes to the pin. Fale's trying to break it up. It's 2 and breaks it. Loverboy just thrown outside by Tug Taylor. Fale's going to follow up.
All right, I'm back.
You've missed 15 minutes of dynamite action over here, Monster.
I can tell. So we have
But the Loverboy, Dennis Condrey, in the green tights with his partner, Hiroshi Tenzan, taking on Bad Luck Fale, and in the ring right now in the black and red, Tug Taylor. Been a lot of in and out of the ring action. We've had some very close 20 counts. Ref Ghostnola has been a bit lax, you might say, tonight on the rules, but I think it's all in, good fun, letting the fans see a definitive finish. Not wanting to give them a disqualification too early.
That's absolutely right. Ref Ghostnola understands these fans want to see hard-hitting, athletic competition here at the Calgary Stampede. And absolutely, there's not going to be anyone trying to worm their way out of anything by getting that count out. It is going to get settled with a 1, 2, 3 in the ring, or a submission, or I guess a disqualification would also be another. But one of those is going to happen tonight.
I think Ref Ghostnola, he's going to want a very, very blatant DQ tonight. I don't think we're going to see any refusing to break on 5. Perhaps we'll see some shades of one famed referee, Tommy Young, just kicking the rope if they refuse to break it on 5.
The fact of the matter is, Owens, that inside of that ring, one man is the law, and that man is Skipsworth Ghostnola, the referee. Some might even say the only real modern kind of king.
Taylor's powerbomb gets reversed there by the Loverboy, but Fale fights off the 2-on-1.
Oh, that's a fair couple kicks there.
Fale has been using this Samoan drop a couple of times tonight to deposit his opponent outside the ropes. I question the concern he has for his opponent's safety with a maneuver such as that. Fale has to be, 6.5 feet, pushing 7 feet tall. That is quite a fall to those pads on the floor there, Monster.
Some call it a tool in Fale's arsenal, and some consider it a liability, that he doesn't really understand that wrestling is fake. And because of that, he's known for his killer offense. Frequently legitimately injuring his opponent because again he really doesn't know this shit is fake, and so he just gets in there and actually tries to hurt you, and that's an example of the kind of thing that we see from him.
Tug Taylor going tactical with a Russian leg sweep on Tenzan, but once again fighting off both opponents. His partner is not even there to help.
That is a quadruple DT right there, because it's 2 DDTs. It's 2 guys. It's a quadruple D and 2 Ts. Now this, brutal double axe handle.
Tenzan is just throwing both opponents around, going up top. I don't know where he's finding these reserves from. It's that That fighting spirit that he has, as Fale surprisingly opts to keep an opponent inside the ring off a Samoan drop tonight. Tenzan looked like a bit of a soccer headbutt there on Fale. Ref Ghostnola's again being pretty lenient.
The fact is he's not going to let anybody try and flout the rules or anything like that. He knows that the fans came out here. The fans came out here and they spent their hard-earned Canadian dollars on a wrestling match. They want to see some wrestling, and they want to see a definitive finish to this match tonight. They want to see it all get settled in that ring tonight. Okay, 2 guys, 4 guys are going to get in the ring, and oh my God, he's dead. I think he landed on like his. Okay, all right, yeah, no, go ahead and beat him up. That's the kind of action that the fans are paying to see out here in the Stampede.
Now, Fale has previously done some dirty business to the Loverboy outside the ring. I'm not waiting for Loverboy to try and get some payback. Fale was able to hit a razor's edge on him outside. That would kill a normal man, but not the Loverboy Dennis Condrey. He is somehow able to keep fighting tonight as he hits Tug Taylor with a wonderful neck breaker there.
The sheer constitution and conditioning of these athletes cannot be overstated. If you were to try to overstate it, you would potentially injure yourself, and you can't do it.
Well, you know, in this day and age, you got to be safe. Thankfully, nobody has been seriously injured to our knowledge right now. That's some sort of modified bulldog from Tenzan.
It's true. Nobody's been injured recently, but with maneuvers like that, it's just a matter of time, Owens. Look at that. The flying elbows.
Foley firing up.
He's E-Honda or something.
Spear to the ribs from a man as big as Fale. That's gotta crack, oh geez, what? A rib every 4th or 5th time he does it, I'd say. And yeah, Tenzan's able to hoist him up for that double team maneuver we've seen him and the lover boy engage in tonight.
You gotta wonder how he does it.
I think it's just some people are born angry, Monster.
That checks out. That tracks.
Loverboy hits just a headbutt.
Glasgow kiss, I believe.
Yeah, just a solid headbutt to answer that reverse Russian leg sweep.
Just a nasty Glasgow kiss right there, but that is how badly you gotta want it. You gotta be willing to do anything for that pinfall, or you're not willing to do enough.
Loverboy taking down both members of the opposing team. Going off the ropes after Tug. Hits a leg drop on his back. Perhaps he's thinking, if he can slow this big man down, he won't be able to be throwing him around,
That is in-ring psychology right there. The best ring generals have it. The greatest wrestlers use it. And it just happened.
Tenzan is in the wrong part of town, but Tug is quite smart, keeping him in the ring. He knows you're not going to get the pinfall if he's on the outside.
That's absolutely true, and some competitors become even more dangerous when they're on the outside of the ring. That's why they call it the Scoundrel's Paradise.
"30 minutes gone by, Monster. I'm wondering, is this match going to take us to the limit with both these teams? They've put in a valiant effort so far. We've seen some 2 counts, but nobody's eliminated. They're all still in it."
That is true, but we are starting to see some wear and tear on these folks. And there's Ghostnola again, getting an ugly spear, but it gets the job done. And we are seeing Tug tag in. We are seeing Tug, nope.
Legal matters, I believe, are Tug Taylor and the Lover Boy, as Fale is double teamed outside of the ring.
Just bouncing like a lawn dart. Oh, man.
Taylor's throwing the Lover Boy out with a suplex. Oh. I don't know if he can make the 20 count.
Everybody is getting suplexed out of the ring tonight.
Well, there must be some sort of bounty going on in the back. Tug looked a little worse for it with that when he saw him clutching his neck as he was trying to recover, but kicks out at 2. And answers up with a headbutt. This man has no fear.
There is still fire in him yet.
Tug.
And he's looking like he's ready to clean house.
I thought that lariat was going to do it there, Monster, but Tug, just the Lover Boy still got a little too much fight left in him.
Sometimes a match like this can be won or lost on the spur of a single moment, and sometimes it's no crime to try to take that chance.
Loverboy countering another razor's edge with that reverse Russian leg sweep. Still can't get the pin.
Looks like the action's starting to pick up a little bit here, and they are just putting everything they can into this. Punching each other.
Loverboy with an enziguri. Follows right back up. Counters with a lariat. Both men are down. Monster, I wouldn't have believed it if you told me.
That's right, Harf. It is the kind of insane Donnybrook that you would only see at the Calgary Stampede, the wrestling that's going on here at it's the wrestling.
Tenzan down after yet another Samoan drop, but I gotta say, Monster, quite impressive seeing him coming in a house of fire, just unloading headbutt after headbutt on the big man.
He's got his shopping list, and on his shopping list is kicking your ass, and he wants to do it so bad that he's gonna go to the shopping place first. He's gonna kick ass is what he's gonna do. But right now it looks like his ass is getting kicked.
I mean, Tenzan can do it all. He can brawl. Uh-oh, wait, the ref's coming in.
He is tied.
Tenzan is a tough competitor, but you know what we've learned, Monster? Every man has his limits, and Tenzan was taken to it as the Loverboy is left alone 2-on-1 against Tug Taylor and Bad Luck Fale here tonight in the Saddle Dome.
He's not even fucking breathing. He's dead. This man has died. Like, look at he's just dead.
Ref Granola's not going to stop the match. You know, these men signed up for a fight, and they're giving us a fight.
It is in their contracts that nobody can be legally declared dead until that bell rings.
I'm sure if Ref Granola was seriously concerned for this man's health, he would have had the EMTs out stretchering him.
Look, it's like Disney World. You cannot die in that ring. If you do die in the ring, people will come and take you out of it. Because, listen, Granola does not want the liability. Again, you might consider the ring a micronation, of which Granola is the king. And you know who the queen is? Rules.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's nothing if not a stickler for the rules.
He loves the rules, and by God, the rules love him.
Fale looking for a buckle bomb of some sort. Oh, geez, Monster. How much longer can the Loverboy stay in this competition?
And you got to figure it's going to be even harder with the cooling cadaver of your teammate right next to you there. Like, you got to figure that the sclerae are setting in at this point. We're a while away from rigor mortis, but if this match goes on long enough, they won't even have to they'll have to get a really funky looking stretcher for him. But you'll notice that according to the International Code of Wrestlers, they are not using his body as a weapon.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, they all put their tights on one leg at a time. They got respect. They got respect.
True. But yeah, that man is clearly dead.
Oh my gosh, an airplane spin on Tug Taylor from Loverboy Dennis. Fale comes in and put an end to us. He knows on a man that big, that could be it. Tug Taylor could have cracked his neck.
The human body was not meant to withstand the G-forces generated by that maneuver. It is scientifically impossible to survive a fully delivered airplane spin. That was only 7/8 of the full rotations, but thank God we got that move interrupted, or we would have had 2 dead bodies in this ring instead of 1. Snapmare with authority. I just love saying snapmare with authority.
Tug seems to be toying with Conjure just kind of walking around. This is a bit groggy for hitting that beautiful pile driver. Hooking the leg. It might be perfunctory at this point. No, still kicks out.
A tug driver was not enough to do it. What could possibly be?
All men down. Oh, geez. Well, 3 of them are still breathing, Monster. There's some hope left yet.
That is true. It is actually possible that if this wraps up soon enough, they could potentially resuscitate Tenzan with only significant brain damage.
Oh, beautiful. Bobby Eaton has come out. He's going to help out his partner, Dennis Condrey, as we were talking about before this bout started. You know, I'm surprised we didn't see any of the other various Midnight Express members come out earlier. I guess they realize now the Loverboy is truly in danger as Bobby starts putting the boots to Tug Taylor.
They say that if you fight one of the Midnight Express, you fight the entire Midnight Express, and we are seeing that here tonight.
That's right. You got Norval Austin. You got Randy Rose. You got You got Bobby Eaton. You got Dennis Condrey. You got Sweet Stan Lane. You got Big Bubba Rogers. You got technically Paulie Daintree, and of course, rounding it out, you got the big man himself, James E. Cornette. As I believe we have one of the Motor City Machine Guns in to even the odds.
Oh my God, these guys! Yeah, Jesus, I forgot about them.
Eaton taking a chair to bad luck.
Man, that Motor City Machine Guns, because he just I don't know. He's got like a. He looks like 1998.
I think they were from a TNA pack I added.
No, I mean he just looks like everybody
Yeah.
in 1990. He's got the 1998 hair.
Yeah. Oh, Condrey eating a terrible clothesline for Bad Luck Fale while locking one Alex Shelley in a headlock.
It is just getting brutal. The fists and the fighting are piling up here inside this ring.
I mean, you got to give Condrey credit. You got to give him his kudos. You got to pay him his dues for fighting off 3 men at once. But, you know, he's got 2 men he needs to eliminate, and they're both still standing tall.
Everyone's got their limit, it's true. And
but he's too winded unless Ghostnola calls it, and he has. Tug Taylor is out. We're down to 1-on-1.
Tug Taylor's family will miss him terribly, but they know that he died doing what he loved, wrestling.
Well, I'm sure his son Chaz is in the back watching, you know, perhaps limbering up for a match with one Stephen Dane later.
You know, sometimes lady wrestling is a fickle mistress, and sometimes you get dropped on your head like 10 times in a night, and then your neck just breaks and you die.
Bad Luck beating the 20 counted in just barely as he's looking to finally finish off Dennis, a running splash. That's it. We have our winner's monster. You know, Ghostnola knew this would be a classic. I think, you know, I can't think of a better way to spend 48 minutes. Can you?
I cannot think of a single one. And we got to see 2 wrestlers go to Wrestling Valhalla. Beautiful.
They are indeed shiny and chrome.
They will wrestle forever in the halls where you wrestle till you get killed and then you get resurrected. It's the whole thing. It's like mythology.
All right, what are we thinking?
Let's I feel like you know, an FMW style romp.
Okay.
Some death match.
Landmine.
Shit. I think barbed wire is kind of where it's at.
Got it. Let's see what we got.
Well, Tenzon died.
Yeah.
He's
Carl Gotch, Bret Hart. Okay. do we want to just leave it at these 2, or should we put more bodies in?
I feel like the Gotch and the excellence of execution in the kind of match that they are best known for. A barbed wire fucking death match. These 2 technical geniuses, these 2 innovators of the form.
Maneuvers named after them. The Gotch lift. The Bret's rope elbow. The Spider Bret recovery. I could go on and on.
You know, one of the people who pretty much invented modern fighting as we understand it today is going to get his asshole blown up in a wrestling ring by some barbed wire that's rigged to explode.
Well, then, Monster, I think the only thing we can do is send it off to good old ref Skippy Ghostnola to call this one down the middle. Is Carl Gotch and Bret Hart square off in a barbed wire death match.
And off we go.
Fight!
Bret Hart wasting no time here against Carl Gotch. The Canadian Hitman is ready to do what he came here to do. Going for that pin right away, showing that collegiate style. that is going to come in almost no handy during this match.
Well, you know,
At
Monster,
all.
it might be a death match, but with two men like this, they're gonna have a feeling out period. We're gonna see some technical skills, so they let the other man know what they are truly capable of inside the ring, within the confines of the rules, before really just blowing the doors off this ship and, well, frankly, just letting the blood fly.
And you can see Bret Hart already doing that ring generalship, trying to use the ring as a weapon.
Well, you see, it's all about angles. Much like pool, you know, you want to cut the ring off into quadrants. You want to control these quadrants. You want to keep your opponent away from other ones. And Bret Hart is doing quite well controlling Karl Gotch by wrapping him up with these small packages. You see, he's not getting the pin. He's not necessarily going for it, but he's showing Gotch that, you know, hey, catch as catch can. I just caught you, Karl Gotch. As Bret goes into the barbed wire. Karl Gotch clearly did not like that lesson from the youngster Bret Hart.
Am I moving the mouse? Thank you. It was driving me insane.
Sorry.
Double underhook. Oh, double underhook. Nothing is what's going to happen right there because Bret Hart seemingly energized by going into the barbed wire.
Well, see, you got to remember here, Monster, as vaunted a wrestler, fighter, just fierce individual as Karl Gotch is, Bret Hart was, as you may recall, the Alberta Provincial Amateur Wrestling Champion in his youth.
And that amateur provincial wrestlitude is showing here at the Calgary Stampede.
Again, no closed fists, okay? The European uppercut is a legal maneuver. As we go with a suplex into the barbed wire, no, Gotch evades.
You can see that Bret Hart is controlling the action in this match, and you got to wonder, what is Gotch got to do to get the upper hand?
Fans respecting the pinfall attempt from Bret Hart. You heard that applause for that solid 2 count from Ref Granola.
I love the game. You can see that one guy's got a sign that says it's cool.
Well, it is.
Cool.
It is very cool tonight. Hart again with that small package, really just trying to get Gotch. Perhaps he knows that a submission on Karl Gotch is a fool's errand.
That man is made of pretty much nothing but gristle. He doesn't feel pain anymore.
I suspect Hart knows if he were to go for the sharpshooter on Karl Gotch, it would very quickly be reversed to something quite painful.
1, 2.
That's that Gotch might that he's got that he brings to the table. Oh,
Hart getting frustrated with a closed fist to the solar plexus.
can't quite capitalize enough on the leverage there to get that double underhook going. And Gotch is paying for it now, tasting that barbed wire.
Each man has felt the sting at least once tonight. At what point are the gloves going to really come off and just we're going to be seeing eyes and backs and arms and foreheads just being raked all over that terrible barbed wire as Bret Hart is daring Karl Gotch to come on.
Look, Owens, all I can say is don't be surprised if the Cenobites show up tonight, having been summoned to engage in their unearthly pleasures by the intense amount of that red viscous fluid flowing all over the ring.
Well, it's a good thing that Mr. Lamarchand is banned from the arena, so we have no worries about that mysterious puzzle box showing up.
That's absolutely right, Owens.
Karl Gotch with a wonderful counter into a side backbreaker and covers Bret for only a 1.
And I would remind the fans at home that Lamarchand's contract indicates that he is not allowed to compete up until the All Winters Bash coming up in November on pay-per-view. At which point he will open up the mysterious box that he's been carrying ringside for a couple of weeks now. And there goes Gotch.
Now, you know, Monster, I was wondering when I saw Gotch get up, seemingly sucking wind, unable to capitalize on Bret, I said something must be wrong. This is a man who was known for doing thousands of Hindu squats every day, and he's clearly a little bit winded. Perhaps there's some ring rust going on we don't know about that Bret Hart was able to get him into the barbed wire again so soon.
You know, it seems like Bret Hart's youthful enthusiasm and power and knowledge of the sport, however old he's supposed to be in this, I can't really tell, but whichever one of those he's got, it is absolutely taking Karl Gotch to school.
Gotch tying up Hart.
Give up. Give
The
up.
toll that maneuver takes on a human body.
And you know, as a fellow son of Calgary, it's got to be breaking Ref Granola's heart to ask Bret Hart if he's gonna be ready to give up.
That is absolutely true. But the thing is that the International Referees Handbook indicates that you must ask the competitor if they are ready to give up at the appropriate time. And if referee Granola loves one thing, it is the rules. And if he loves two things, it's that he loves the rules twice.
1, 2.
Gosh, with a wonderful pair of 2 counts. But again, you see, just suck and win. Something is off with his conditioning tonight.
He cannot quite bring this match home. And with an offense like that from Bret Hart, you can really see why. But Gotch plowing into him.
Must have picked that one up from wrestling great Plowboy Frazier.
Nasty gut wrench suplex to follow things up, and now we are back in it.
Bret Hart
not
is
loving what's going on here, but
Bret Hart's clearly trying to be the aggressor now, just going with closed fists. Karl Gotch is not retaliating in kind, but instead with his technical prowess.
Just tossing him around like a rag doll.
Russian leg sweep on Karl Gotch. That's got to sting a little bit as a man who has some Baltic in him.
That's absolutely true, but you've got to perform these maneuvers on all of the different parts of your opponent's body. When you're up against something like a Karl Gotch, you've got to dismantle that house one.
I hear a buzzing. I hear a buzzing, Monster. I'm sorry to cut you off. Something's coming in 15 minutes, I believe.
Uh-oh.
Gotch to the ropes. Oh. Ref Granola is calling it. They could not get it done.
Oh, they have both died. They're dead. They are dead. Okay.
I can't remember if there's a % chance in this that instead you get the farty pyro that doesn't do anything. I remember when the AEW game came out, people were saying, man, I really hope there's a chance you get the farty pyro.
You get the farty pyro in the AEW game?
I don't remember, but it would be good.
I want to play that. I'm gonna probably get it for the PS5. Because
you got a PS5, huh?
Oh, I got a PS5, yeah.
You didn't tell me we should play Demon's Souls.
All right. I will at some point buy Demon's Souls.
I'm a cheater. We can get infinite items. you back up your saves manually, then you multiplay with somebody and you give them all the stuff, and then you leave and reload your save from the cloud manually, and you have all your things again.
It's almost too perfect.
Well, the version of humanity in that, you can't get it easily, so you might as well, That was Van Awesome and I were doing a little cheating the other night.
Oh.
Yeah, still hanging around. All right, do you want to do another barbed wire and switch other guys in?
Yeah. Let's maybe people just gonna die tonight.
All right.
Maybe tonight then people die.
Let's see if we can add in. Yeah, we can add in other wrestlers. All right, so let's do that. Yep. Excuse me. Oh yeah, we could just make this a big stupid multi-person one. Okay. Yeah, let me just do a little button mashy here. All right, let's take you out. Haku. I'd like to see what Heidi Morgan's got in a barbed wire death match. Okay.
Wow.
I'm okay with this.
I tabbed away for a minute, and people are gonna die tonight.
Would you do a little vamping while I just go grab another beverage from the cooler? I'll be right there.
Absolutely. Hey there, out there in Streamland. How are you doing? I hope you're doing okay tonight. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're remembering to be kind to yourself. I hope that you are taking care to remember be good to yourself and to make sure that you are treating yourself like someone you like. That is my sincere wish for you tonight. And every night, you who are there in Streamland. With that out of the way, friend, here's the deal. In ancient Rome, in the Colosseum, the gladiators would raise their visors or whatever the gladiators did, and they would turn to the emperor and they would go morituri to salutant. They would, ave morituri. Ave imperator morituri to salutant. Yeah. Or however they said it. I don't really know. But what it means is, hail emperor, we who are about to die salute you. Take a look at these 8 competitors. Look at the prowess on display on this screen tonight. It is extremely likely that all 8 of these people are going to die. Think about it. And if they don't die, you can at least know that they are dying to serve you wrestling action tonight here on Fire Pro World. In Fire Pro World, tonight is the night we are going to see the question mark. Ricky Morton, Haku, Heidi Lee Morgan. Oh, Morton and Morgan. Okay, so they're not. Heidi Lee Morgan, Fit Finley, Tajiri, Nick Busick, and Ricky Morton. Ricky Morton's deal, I believe, is that he's usually, I forget if it's him or, no, I think it's Ricky Morton's entire deal basically is being in peril. But tonight everybody's in peril, and by which I mean everyone's lives are in peril. In this ring, and potentially you actually for watching this, because this is, may not be legal to watch people get killed in a wrestling ring with explosives. That's what's going to happen tonight. Why? We may never know. We just know that the wrestling must proceed as it has for the crops to still, grow and for the rains to come. And look, you've seen what happens when we don't send people to die in a wrestling ring by getting blown up. Not good. Not good. So might as well make the best of it. And the best of it is in that wrestling ring right here on Fire Pro World. These 8 competitors are going to give it their all. Some of them are going to give it their most.
I'm back. I don't have headphones on, but I assure you I'm really here. Okay, I'm here. Hey, Zach. Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you. So yeah, this is the Extra Life stream. My 3rd year doing it. We're halfway to our goal of 1,000 buckaroos. If you hit old exclamation point donation, you can donate anything. There's higher priced incentives for dumb things. Saturday's the Dark Soulsy day. I'm gonna beat the goddamn game on a stair stepper, and every time I beat a boss, I gotta take a drink. And I'm about to take a drink in a second. Not to bring things down. But yeah, I started doing Extra Life after my brother passed, and today is actually his birthday. Would have been 38, But
Good birthday.
Hey, life comes for you, and you do your best, and gone but not forgotten, as they say. So
that's what's left of us when we're gone, and that's a pretty good thing to have be left of us.
Yeah. So I got a little Evan Williams, boom baye.
Boom baye, friends.
Coming to us tonight in good old Calgary, Alberta, Canada, we have the question mark, Ricky Morton, Haku, and Heidi Lee Morgan taking on an interesting team of Fit Finley, Tajiri, Big Bully Nick Busick, and Ricky Morton. Monster, how can Ricky Morton be on both sides of this equation?
I didn't see that. Oh my god. Wow. Well, it's like this. Oh, I don't know. I don't. This shouldn't be possible. It's like
the veil is thinning between realms. As we go from All Hallows Eve to the Day of the Dead, anything can be possible, Monster. And if I've learned anything in this life, it's that you can't count out anything, I suppose.
You can't count out anything, and it is absolutely true also, Owens, that anything can happen on Halloween.
Indeed.
One of the things that can happen on Halloween is that it's not even Halloween, and there's 2 Ricky Mortons. That's the kind of upending of expectations that happens on All Hallows Eve and or the Day of the Dead.
It reminds me of a young, scrappy upstart wrestler by the name of, Barry Windham, who, was on the more heelish team in a big multi-man match, and when questioned about it, said, "Hey, I'm on the winning team." And I think perhaps tonight that is what's going through Ricky Morton's mind as we send it to the ring for good old Scrippy Ghostnola to get us started.
That's absolutely right, Owens. Ricky Morton is hoping to be on the winning team no matter what, but as I was reminding our viewers tonight, it is also possible that nobody is going to leave this ring alive.
Indeed.
Except for Skippy Granola, who ex cathedra cannot be killed while inside the ring.
Now, you do say that, but once in a blue moon, our humble referee, in trying to enforce the rules and regulations of the professional wrestling world, has been busted wide open.
That is absolutely true, Owens, and that's one of the reasons that you do not want to, one of the reasons that we have to respect the job of a wrestling referee, because while Skippy cannot be killed, he can nevertheless be injured, and much like the Highlander, will have to slowly heal over time.
Indeed. As we see Ricky Morton somehow fighting himself, we have taken on existential levels of crisis tonight in the ring as Heidi Lee Morgan just looks on confused as the day is long.
Ricky Morton with an attempt at marshalling an offense there against Ricky Morton, but Morton is there, and Morton in a
Morgan with Morton in it. I know it's confusing. Now, Monster, I do believe I see some blood already on the mat. Have you been able to catch who is bleeding?
With a cluster F like this, it's hard to say, Owens. Statistically, it could be Ricky Morton. I think that it has the highest chance of being Ricky Morton than anybody else.
Now, Monster, I don't like to talk much about my personal life on stream, but in a former life, I was a little bit of a mathematician, and I can't say that is correct.
Numbers don't lie, and what also doesn't lie is wrestling, and that is we are seeing here tonight.
Ref Ghostnola going left, going right to pin. And I think I figured it out. I believe question the mark is who is busted open. He's just hiding it very well with that mysterious mask of his.
That's one of the benefits of wrestling on Masquerado, as they say. That you can gain that psychological advantage by your opponent not being able to see when they've busted your ass open.
Well, as this Donnybrook is unfolding, Monster, we have a question from the kids' corner coming in. Are you ready for this one? Here we go.
Yeah.
Good old Zach is asking us, here's my question of the day. If you could swap jobs with any fictional or cartoon character, who would you choose? Now, Monster, I'd like to let you answer first.
Okay, so it's just the job?
Yep.
I don't turn into the character. I just get the
I
job.
believe it is just you work their job. But you can take this to whatever logical extent ends that you feel are justified.
For luck. Just hang out, inexplicably have enough money to not particularly need to do anything, but just hang out and solve shit. That'd be rad.
Now, I too was thinking a bit of an investigative bent. I was feeling, Inspector Gadget. Now, you don't have to turn into him, but I feel like if you were working Inspector Gadget's job, you could absolutely get some. Yeah, I think you could get the gadgets installed as he did. I think it's like getting the company car, as it were, and you would get that company car that turns into a van.
Okay, yeah. Well, it might be one of the bona fide occupational requirement things,
Yeah.
Or occupational qualification, BFOQ, if you will, where certain things are just part of the job, and maybe having advanced bionics in your body is just part of the job. And also, he's an inspector. He's not
Yeah.
But he's French. They're different.
Yeah, a little, in his own way. Oh, jeez. We see Ricky Morton and Question the Mark going into the barbed wire as Ricky Morton squares off with King Haku and Ricky Morton squares off with Fit Finlay. Once again, we are in superposition tonight in the Stampede as Ricky Morton has entered himself twice in this contest.
Do you think... Okay, so do you think that like if one Ricky Morton gets hurt, the other one feels pain?
Well, I believe in this situation, it's kind of like Schrodinger and the cat, is he alive, is he dead? He's somehow both at once.
Those are all, yeah, it's like a Schrodinger's cat, Iron Man kind of situation. Where the lyrics of Iron Man is true. But also, terrible explosion right there. One of the things you've got to be concerned about here, you can see just how badly Ricky Morton wants to win this because he is willing to endure what we call the time cop paradox, the danger of turning into a big CGI glooby thing because the same matter cannot occupy the suit.
Well, clearly we're not under time cop rules as Ricky is just sending Ricky into the barbed wire.
That is absolutely correct, Owens. The only rules here are Granola's rules.
Indeed. Now, I have been handed a note from my essential intern leg kick that informs me we have had some numbers run. If you cut Ricky Morton in half, you will get 2 Ricky Mortons, kind of like a starfish or a worm. Thank you, leg kick.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. That does make a lot of sense.
We've got a lot of answers here as Ricky has almost counted out King Haku as we're nearing the 15-minute mark, which I believe is still the explosive moment, as it were.
Yeah. Well, Morton's he's the face in peril, right? Or is that Bobby Eaton? I think it was more Morton's the dude whose job is to get his ass kicked.
Indeed.
So the thing is, with a role like that, it's dangerous. They get hurt. You want to take a cutting of your Ricky Morton. Have another one ready in case something happens. People die. People die in this ring.
Yeah.
We have seen at least 2 people tonight. No, sorry. We've seen 4 people die tonight. And I got a feeling in approximately 3 minutes and 15 seconds, 2 minutes and 15 seconds, some more people are going to die.
Quite possibly, although, I see Heidi Morgan is trying to focus on winning the match while everyone else is just exchanging blows in the corner.
I think that referee Skippy Granola is just counting those pins kind of as a courtesy.
He sees where it's going, and it's not pretty.
It's absolutely true.
Ricky Morton thrown into the barbed wire. Heidi Morgan thrown into the barbed wire.
Injuries are piling up, and it is starting to get ugly. You might even say that through the mortification of their own flesh, these wrestlers are enacting sins for which they are going to be punished in approximately 40 seconds.
Usyk with a rib breaker on the King and is showing off. He really should be trying to go for that pin. We got to count. No! Oh, we got the warning. 20 seconds, 15 seconds left, Monster.
People are getting a little scrambly out there. Ricky
They're not going fast enough.
None of them are breathing.
I believe we have an 8-way tie for last.
Yes. It is an 8-way tie. All of the competitors are equal now.
Although still largely Ricky Morton, by percentage. Statistically speaking, they are more Morton than not.
Yes, statistically speaking, Ricky Morton has died more.
I'm gonna bump that up to 30.
No. I think
keep it at 50. Okay. Keep it at 15.
It sucks that you can't make it 20. I feel like 20.
We can make it 2 counts.
I mean.
Oh, we forgot to put weapons in?
What?
How silly.
Fool.
Oh
man.
Critical. High. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on a second, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Oh, the CPU level. Yeah, we can crank that. That'll speed it up a little bit. Forgot to go into the settings. If you were a wrestler, what would you want as your gimmick? Jeez. Honestly, probably just like Bugsy McGraw, you know, one of those where you don't really have to do much, you don't get hurt, but you're popular enough that they keep you around and you just keep making money. You know, ultimately, right? It's a job. You're there to make cash. Hopefully you don't get, you know, beat up too bad. So like, yeah, just Bugsy McGraw. That'd be fine. All right, let's clear these folks out. Nick Bockwinkel, and that is not the Ernest Miller we know and love. Okay, Taco works. He's got his Just Tap Out promotion, so he's, you know, kind of fitting for this. The Beast, I think that's like Later Day Glow. Tyler Breeze's funny choice. B. Priestley, okay. Do we have the funnier Tyler Breeze costumes? Oh. There he is. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's get a. Yep. All right. Whatchamacall? Chihiro Hashimoto. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Hot Stuff feels appropriate for this. AK-47 and Tomoaki Hama. Yeah. All right. We got a pretty fun one. I like it. It's, you know, Nick Bockwinkel leading, you know, the international women's squad. Against Takumi Shinoku, Tyler Breeze, Eddie Gilbert, and Hanma. It's gonna be a little bit of a messaroo, but you know, we take what we can get. Excuse me, I have Discord alerts. Well, as I check my alerts, I'd like to alert you to Extra Life and donate, you know, a couple of bucks. Why not? It's a couple of bucks. It goes towards children's hospitals. It's gonna keep going towards me doing ridiculous things for Saturday, the big game day. Gonna keep going the rest of this week after week. Let's see, what silly stuff are we getting up to? Because you know, I'm not an affiliate or nothing. I can't post actual schedules. I got the basic one. So we did a little Like a Dragon Ishin tonight. Clearly, we're doing Fire Pro now. We'll probably be, you know, continuing with that until we're done for the evening. Tomorrow is Ring Fit Adventure. If you missed it, I did 2 hours of Ring Fit Adventure while cussing like a sailor the other night. That'll be a fun one. Perhaps more Fire Pro if the monster wants to come back. Otherwise, I have a Demon Souls randomizer from PlayStation 3 that's pretty fun as long as the emulator doesn't crash. Friday, I'm thinking of going into good old Dragon Quest 1 if I can get Skippo to sit in. I found a randomizer, and I did partially get it working today. However, it will only patch the original Japanese one, and I can barely read English, so unless I can then patch the randomized ROM to turn it into English, I don't know if that's going to be working. There's always more Like a Dragon Ishin. There's always Road 96, a good brainless drinking beer, hollering and hooting game. Saturday, going to start at 2. We got good old Dark Souls on the Switch, which is the Dark Souls Done Stair Stepper Granola % Charity Variation. Remember that there is nothing more dangerous than an idiot with his trick up his sleeve. After every boss that I beat, I have to drink a terrible thing. The first 3 bosses are Malort. The 4th boss is a mystery drink that my wife Midge gets to choose. The 5th boss is more Malort. The 6th boss is another mystery drink from Midge. And there's going to be at least 6 to 7 more bosses I got to deal with. I have incentives to just add, you know, wonderful beverage, the Big Wave from Kona Brewing in. I'm hoping that'll work. Possibly Jackbox if I get done with that early or need to start a little bit later. Perhaps the Bartender Simulator for PlayStation 5. I got a buddy with a VR headset. I'm going to try and get him to bring that over on Saturday. Again, if Dark Souls somehow ends early, that could be an option. If you've caught me playing Valhalla, love the bartending aspect of it. That was fun. The actual game, I was kind of hoping when I beat it there would be an option to just infinite bartend, but there's not. They want you to play the visual novel, and I just want to make bad drinks, much like, you know, Coach McGurk. Hey, you're here.
I'm here.
So we got us a team. I mean, there's no teams, but in the blue corner we got you know, wrestling legend Nick Bockwinkel. Okay. We got English upstarts, you know, did some time in Japan, came to the States, B. Priestley. We got Sendai Girls, homegrown talent superstar Chihiro Hashimoto, and, you know, Detroit's own AK-47 Allison Kay. Over in the red corner, you know him, you love him, Taka Michinoku, classic, you know, member of, you know, if you watched your Attitude Era Wrestling, you're familiar with Taka Michinoku. We got NXT standout Tyler Breeze, you know, Prince Pretty himself. We got hot stuff Eddie Gilbert, and last but not least, probably the most tan man who is not the racist hot dog. That's right, it's Tomoaki Hanma. So this is going to be fun. There's a lot more weapons. I turned up the computer level. I turned up the critical meter, you know, how fast it charges. So this 15 minutes should be a bit more interesting.
I think Bockwinkel's going to die. I think they're all going to die.
You don't think? You think? I think. Now, you know, Monster, these last several matches have been going to the limit, but I gotta say, we got some veteran presence in here. Don't cut out Chihiro Hashimoto. That woman is strong as an ox. You know, hot stuff Eddie Gilbert, not afraid to play dirty. I think we're gonna see this one called before the explosion.
You know, we can certainly hope so, Owens, because one way or another, though, we do have to keep in mind that if we see a result, that'll be a good thing for the fans. But if the ring claims 8 more lives, it only means our crops are going to be really good this year.
Well, he who walks behind the rose is certainly looking for a healthy sacrifice. Once again, we send it on down to Calgary, Alberta's own Skippy Granola.
It is looking mighty busy inside that ring, and it's only going to get busier.
Now, interesting choice I see with this weapon loadout monster. We got the classic barbed wire bat, we got the classic, you know, kendo stick, a sledgehammer, a folding chair, but then just a plain baseball bat. You know, I'm wondering if perhaps that is a psychological mind game someone is trying to play. That, you know, I don't need the barbed wire. I'm here to break bones.
It is entirely possible, Owens. Also, you got to figure that the devious, sick minds that set up these weapons in the ring for the wrestlers, in many ways, it is their form of self-expression. It is how they make art. Saying, what are they saying by leaving these particular weapons out? There's a kind of very, very audacious theme of bludgeoning here today, of hitting people with bludgeoning objects. But then you've also got the kendo stick. The kendo stick is a lethal weapon in the right hands.
Indeed. You know, it's Bockwinkel first to eat the barbed wire. Now the kendo stick, you know, it is a blunt weapon, as most of them are, and it will start to bruise until the skin breaks. And at that point, oof, I would not want to be on the receiving end of one of those bad boys, Monster.
Just nasty, is it? What the hell was that?
We have a 3-on-1 on AK-47 and Nick Bockwinkel. AK not happy, going after Taka Michinoku, who is now trying to square off with Nick Bockwinkel.
Oh my god, they did it twice. Oh, man. All right.
Taka into the ropes again. I told you, Chihiro Hashimoto, that is a strong, strong professional wrestler. Do not count her out.
Taka with those chops. I can't tell if Taka is wearing face paint or if he has indeed been opened up already.
No, I believe Hashimoto had opened him up with that vicious throw to the barbed wire.
That does make a lot of sense.
You will notice Nick Bockwinkel, class act that he is, despite going to the barbed wire, not a cut on him.
Just preening around like butter wouldn't melt.
He looks like he's fresh off the country club greens, he is. Chihiro going for a pin on Hot Stuff. Geoff Granola in, only a 1 count. Eddie Gilbert, you know, he does have some amateur experience, but Chihiro Hashimoto, no slouch herself to the world of amateur wrestling. I would not want to tie up with that woman.
Between all of the wrestling action going on here and the weapons that are just waiting in the ring and the bombs that are going to kill everybody.
As I'm sure you know, Monster, Chihiro Hashimoto, great admirer of one Gary Albright. That woman can German suplex the bones out of your body, and she has and will again.
You know, but you can only hope that and there's Taka right there demonstrating why you can only hope that that level of technical expertise is going to help you here in the hell of barbed wire.
I see we have a little M&M connection. That's Minnesota and Michigan as Nick Bockwinkel and AK-47 Allison K are taking on Hanma.
And there's Breeze exploding.
You know, Prince Pretty, you don't want to bust him open. He is a model. You know, that's his moneymaker. He's going to be coming at you something awful if he starts bleeding.
Yeah, he's going to get torn up just like the rest of them. And that is just nasty business right there. It's going to start looking like a driver's ed instructional video in a minute here, I'll tell you that much. Blood is flowing red on the highway tonight. The highway of wrestling.
Taka tried to put Bockwinkel to the barbed wire again, but you saw Nick is able to put on the brakes and come right back at that young man. Hanma into the barbed wire, not bleeding. I believe his skin has probably developed into a very firm callus from all that tanning. That's some clever outside-the-box thinking for a match such as this.
He is not unlike the legendary Talos, the man of bronze, Owens. Forged by, I think, the gods, I don't remember.
Hashimoto with a terrible spear to Eddie Gilbert, picks him up, just throws him down like a doll. He's got nothing left.
Who is making those sounds?
I believe that is Hanma just telling B. Priestley to tap out while he has that camel clutch on her.
Man, that dude's terrifying. That dude, okay, all right, that guy looks like he is, okay, he's wearing a Hulk Hogan wig, but then underneath the Hulk Hogan wig, you find out that he's actually like from the cover of like the box of a graphics card in like the early 2000s. Look at him, he looks like that.
Yeah.
If he was silver instead of gold, you know, or bronze. Some say that he resembles Doc Savage, the Man of Bronze, famous of the pulp books, dime novels, and what have you.
Bakaman Shinoku slow to get up off the mat as we get to 11 and a half minutes gone by. Monster, you know, I feel like I might be eating my words on a victor tonight.
At this point, their lives are going to be flashing before their eyes, Owens.
No, Hashimoto broke out the German suplex on Breeze. I thought would have done it, but Tyler Breeze with the supermodel kick, but the ref was distracted with AK-47. Hashimoto kick out before one.
Oh! And you know, it's especially funny because I would actually probably want to get eliminated because, like, then I would live. Could leave the ring.
Even Bockwinkel's busted open now as he goes for the cover on Gilbert, who's out at 2.
It is getting slimy with carnage inside this ring. And explosions. It is getting slimy with explosions. Oh. There's that pretty boy trading soup bones with Bockwinkel and eating a drop kick for his... What is that man doing? Jesus.
Hanma is firing up on Chihiro Hashimoto. We see him going for a pin. Tyler Breeze doesn't know if it's a good idea to let him have it or kick him.
I am not entirely sure that man is human.
Bockwinkel throwing Breeze to the barbed wire.
I think he's what Pepsi Man looks like.
Well, you know, we've never seen Pepsi Man and Tomoaki Hanma in the same place at the same time. Monster, you might be onto something.
That's absolutely right.
15 seconds to explosion. We have a pinfall. B. Priestley sneaking in a win with 16 seconds on the clock.
Amazing.
Well,
these wrestlers get to go home.
That's right. They may not be going to the pay window, but they are going home.
I mean, whatever we do, it's going to have Hanma in it.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
He's
He's a monster, and you know who else is a monster? Our sponsors. If you weren't here at the beginning, we were reading some complaints from the FCC. FCC, shut up. Listen to us. Monster, would you care to get a couple more complaints for me to read out for the nice people here from this wonderful Wednesday night extra live stream at the matches with Ron Owens and the famous Monster, presented by Ghostnola Industries.
I would be more than happy to, Owens. Let's see here.
I believe we left off on page 22.
Yeah, let's go ahead and skip ahead to page 28. Page 28 comes from the ATL, Atlanta, Georgia, 30327.
Ticket number 1437278. Super Bowl commercial. The T-Mobile ads were so overtly sexual that it made everyone in the room uncomfortable. Really? Kids and parents are sitting together watching a program and we have to deal with that? Shame on T-Mobile and shame on the FCC for not protecting us.
Man. Here. Okay, all right. Page 32, if you don't mind. Page 32, probably to very little of your surprise for you who are playing along at home, comes to us from Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Ticket number 1437289, Super Bowl trophy presentation. What a great game! Only to be sullied by a man repeatedly telling the players to kiss to motherfucking trophy as he walked it to the stand. I counted 7x before they cut his mic. Standing with my child. What a sad commentary on an otherwise needed night of unity and patriotism. No pun intended. I hope there will be penalties. Yuck.
Oh boy.
Standing with my child. Is that
why is that there?
It feels very Wesley Willis. if you made, a Markov chain to do Wesley Willis lyrics and that showed up, you'd be like, no, that's a real one, right?
He'd eventually
Rock and Roll Perkins, right?
Rock and Roll Perkins. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, Wesley Willis certainly enjoyed a theme to vary on.
Jeez. All right.
Let's see. I got because there's
69 pages of this.
Yeah, I would jump on page 44 if you don't mind, because I this one I feel deserves some special attention.
Sure.
Now this comes to us from Beartown, Ursa, Illinois. Let's make some Illinois for Illinois.
I like to come on and feel the Illinois. Ticket number 1437390. Local alcoholic advertisement during Super Bowl. A locally produced commercial advertising alcohol aired during halftime break of Super Bowl on WGEM Fox. The advertiser was for Dirt Cheap out of Hannibal, Missouri, specifically talked about beer and alcoholic beverages during the halftime break of the Super Bowl.
Okay, so I just pardon me. I just want this person put hands on keyboard or hands on iPad or whatever.
Yep.
They took the time out of their day to officially file a complaint with the Federal Communications Commission that there was a commercial for beer that played during the Super. Did you miss like the 9/11 horses?
I absolutely
Pick one.
Had my first illegal underage beer watching the Giants against the Bills in the Super Bowl as a kid. There's like Super Bowl ads. I'm assuming there's a lot of booze.
There's like a lot of beer commercials during the Super Bowl. I don't.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, let's see here. Okay. I would say page 53. Page 53, actually, listener, comes to us from...
Ooh, Sharky knows about the dirt cheap commercials? Awesome. All right, so we might have to look these up later.
Comes from Woburn, Massachusetts.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right. We love New England.
Yeah. We love New England. I have family... I think my mom's from Woburn originally. Her family's from Ireland originally.
Yeah.
But Woburn...
They got roots.
They got roots, and I would, I feel with this one, you don't necessarily have to read out the little like numerical thing in the end. It's really, well, I mean, you'll get there.
I feel like I might have to, but all right. Ticket number 1438244, profanity on Super Bowl. The fuck word was heard 4 times on TV during the Super Bowl. One of the time was before 10 p.m. *** CTR 375 phone ****.
The fuck word.
Fuck is in quotes. I hope that came across.
Oh, yeah, fuck is in quote. The fuck word. In quote. Oh, which word would that be? Which word is that? So, all right, listener, I will tell you that one of the things you're going to hear a lot if you read these or have them dramatically enacted for you as we are doing here tonight is that someone will always say, I'm not a prude. I am by no means a prude.
Anytime you get the I'm not an X, but why?
Right.
You know you're in for a bad time.
Some stuff is about to happen.
Yeah.
And so on page 54, we've from the city of Independence, Oregon.
Yeah.
We have someone with some thoughts, and fire away. Take it away.
Okay. This is ticket number 1438381, profanity. While watching the Super Bowl with little kids, the moron holding the trophy while everyone was kissing it and some of the players were cussing like they were in the locker room. It's sad because it used to be a family event, but like everything else, the moral standard and decorum has vaporized from our society. It's not the network's fault. They tried to cut away from the vulgar display, and it is live TV. I think the some fine should be levied against the people that knew they were on camera and acted with no regard to children watching. This'll be my last Super Bowl I watch. I'm tired of hearing, if you don't like it, change the channel. It's getting to the point where there's no safe channel. I see things on regular daytime TV that shock the hell out of me. I am by no means a prude, but there is a time, a place for everything. We should at least try to protect children's innocence and maintain some level of class.
Some level of class. Yeah. Okay. You playing along at home, you playing the home game of this FCC complaints may notice also that this, some potential pastimes do arise here. For example, you could say bingo. You could bingo card, and you could have I am by no means a prude. You could have the word family, if the word family shows up. This could also be a drinking game, but if you drink every time someone says family, you will die.
I dare say it'd be worse than doing that for a Fast and Furious movie.
And also, you know what? Okay, and specifically, I feel like there should, like, family as a noun and family as a sort of adjective should be different. They should count as different things.
Yeah. Well, it's like the fuck word. It's very versatile.
The fuck word. So on page 56 we have I'm pronouncing it Wagham, Georgia.
Yeah.
Might be Wyam or whatever.
Wagham.
You know how white people words are. And it's very clearly from someone who thinks of themselves as a cool mom. Wagham, Georgia.
Was that writing about somebody we did mention earlier? Okay, let's get to this. Ticket number 1438652, Super Bowl language, Willie McGinnis. The Super Bowl was perfect even though my team lost. Lady Gaga was classy, and even though I do not side with her politically, I felt her halftime show was spot on. I loved it. Patriots came back and deserved the win, no doubt. However, when Willie McGinnis was walking the trophy to the stage, all of my good feelings for the show were lost. I lost count of how many times the F-bomb was dropped, not to mention the innuendos. Many children stayed up to watch this great show, and they were exposed to such vulgarity. Has our culture changed so much as to expect this as a norm? Not cool.
Oh, not cool, man. Good God. Let's see. We get so that like there are pages and pages, pages and pages of people who are upset that the football men swore. But on page 63, we have something a little different.
Oh.
On page 63, in beautiful Burbank, California, we have somebody who it sounds like to me, the calls are coming from inside the house here, as you will find out, listener.
Unfortunately, there's a link in here. I can't paste it.
No, we're not. We don't care what the link is.
I'm going to say it out at the end. I hope it's still active. Somebody tell me if it's great. But anyway, let's get to business. Ticket number 144140, inappropriate TV advertisement. I am frankly disgusted by this commercial that was aired during the Super Bowl by T-Mobile. As a VP of customer care, I manage a large call center and have experienced this firsthand over the years with men calling our 800 number.
I'm sorry, Mr. Agost.
Yeah.
I think you'll find.
I just caught it. I'm sorry. Let's. Can I have a second take, Monster?
Oh, please, absolutely. Okay. Hold on, roll it.
Okay. Ticket number 1440, inappropriate TV advertisement. I am frankly disgusted by this commercial that was aired during the Super Bowl by T-Mobile. As a VP of customer care, I manage a large call center and have experienced this firsthand over the years with men calling our 800 number and having unwanted sexual conversations with our female customer care representatives. Not only is this type of interaction inappropriate between non-consenting adults, it puts the customer care representative in a very uncomfortable position. No employee, male or female, should be subjected to this type of behavior, and we have a strict policy to immediately disconnect the call. T-Mobile would have never aired a commercial were the tables turned, a man calling in and speaking this way to a female employee, and I am appalled by the double standard. It is a sad commentary about our society that some find this amusing and that the network felt that this ad was appropriate to air. So there's a YouTube link. It's the normal watch !V equals. All right, lowercase p, capital N, capital C, capital G, 9, the number 9, lowercase f, capital H, capital G, capital X, capital B, 0. Watch it at your own leisure or don't, but I'm putting that out there.
I feel that there's a lot with this one. There's a lot. There's as a VP of customer care.
Yeah.
I feel like that's special right there. Listen, this isn't just some asshole trying to tell you about whether or not this television ad was appropriate. Speaking ex cathedra as a VP of customer care. But also, again, if you have a bingo card, it is a sad commentary about our society. This person says, like, if you get a bingo card, I would say allocate yourself a space for just this person somehow thinks that this thing they saw on television somehow happens to be perfectly emblematic of the specific kind of social decline that they are terrified of.
I mean, that T-Mobile, oof. I mean, you got the whole city behind you.
Okay. And then on page 64.
Okay.
From the fair city of Arlington, Virginia.
I know Arlington, Virginia. I used to go there quite a bit about 22 years ago.
Is that Owens?
Yeah, it is. All right, let's hear about it. Ticket number 1441529, phone and internet outage on Super Bowl Sunday. We have been a loyal customer center for... Sorry. Start that again. Ticket number 1441529, phone and internet outage on Super Bowl Sunday. We have been a loyal commercial customer for Comcast since 2014. We are a restaurant in Arlington, Virginia. We have had 3 outages between a year. Last one was on Super Bowl Sunday 2017. Right before the game, we lost our internet and phone. Damages were a lot this time. When I called Comcast, I was reminded it was the fine print and revenue loss was not part of the reimbursement. Our losses are around $800 to $1,100 for a night like Super Bowl.
Like, I do sort of feel bad for them if they're taking losses, and it sounds like they have to just eat that. But, I mean,
I hope ball BAWL came across in my read.
Yeah,
okay.
you did. It's, so the very next page, page 65. Again, friends, if you've got a bingo card here, you're gonna be doing pretty okay for yourself. This particular specimen applies to us all the way from Pike Road, Alabama.
Okay. Ticket number 1442443, curse language during Super Bowl LI. Around 9:45 p.m. CST, the Fox broadcast of the Super Bowl LI did not bleep out the term motherfucker was stated 10 times during the presentation of the championship trophy to the Patriots. My kids watch the Super Bowl, and this kind of language has no place on broadcast television. Aren't there censors that are supposed to catch this before airing? It's contributing to the delinquency of minors and illegal.
Again, if you've got a bingo card going right now.
I feel like too
contributing to the delinquency of minors and illegal.
Yeah, so that's also like Midge is really, I feel, the expert to get in here, what with, being, fairly decent writer herself there. I feel like that is a very confusing last sentence. And like, yeah, we can pick apart grammar, but this one's really jumping out to me of like, is it also contribute, like, it feels to me like he's saying this contributes to the delinquencies of minors, this contributes to the delinquencies of illegal. That is how it is reading to me.
That's how it reads, yeah.
Okay, all right, just, it's sometimes, you need a sanity check.
Yeah, no. So, so this Super Bowl, I'm gonna give you another link in a bit here.
Oh.
Tell you what, while I queue up the next link, if you would go to page 67. So this one I love because this is what you're seeing is documents responsive to a FOIA for complaints about the Super Bowl, and our friend in Oakland Park, Florida, on February 9th, 2017. Our friend made a complaint, and somebody at the FCC was like, "Yeah, that's about the Super Bowl."
Okay,
that's pertinent.
All right. Ticket number.
Take it away.
All right. Ticket number 1445397. The regional sports fee. I received my current cable bill in hard copy for the first time in a while, and when going over it, I found a regional sports fee on my bill. I called the cable company and they said it's the fee they are charged to carry Major League sports. This is fine if you watch sports, which at 58 years old, I have never watched a sporting game live on TV or in any other manner. The cable company says the only way they can take the charge off is to strip my cable service to the bare basic channels. I find this charge predatory and discriminatory in nature when they are charging everyone for something they do not use. I heard their arguments that company blah blah blah, sports are never ever on my television, I do not allow it. I believe this charge is unjust, and they should make all sport pay-per-view if they want to recover their fee to broadcast it, but not make those of us that do not watch participate in it. The charge also went up for Super Bowl month. Why?
Someone just didn't have a goddamn thing better to do.
He started off fairly composed, and as he's going, it was like, is this person having a stroke as they're typing this missive?
I'm like, either this person's having a stroke or I am. One of these two things is happening. So on our next up on the docket, our next document that Muckrock has been kind and loving to us enough to liberate through the Freedom of Information Act is the Federal Communication Commission's greatest hits, or all of their responsive documents to a query for complaints about the 2019 Super Bowl.
Okay, there's some keywords that have popped up on this one, so we'll do a couple of these and we'll get back to matches. Don't worry, we'll finish off with some of these. This one has different, folks. It has keywords. Okay. 2019 Super Bowl complaints, final docs redacted. All right, so they give you keywords you can jump to. We got granddaughters. We got nightmares. We got sexy commercials. We got sexy addiction commercials. We got I saw nipples. We got says on tin. We got ARG. We got not sure if serious. We got double standard. We got double standard. We got censor. We got NN. We got FL, and we have evolutionary.
Wow.
I can't wait to we'll do like 2 or 3. We'll do 2, 3 if they're really good. And then we'll come back to this to round us out tonight. What do you got for me?
Okay. This is the Adam Levine one.
Okay.
By the way. So it's there some people are clearly complaining about it because they're trying to do kind of a gotcha. They're like, why is it that this is okay, but Janet Jackson wasn't? And they're not wrong about that, is what I'm going to say. I mean, I don't want to see Adam Levine with his shirt on or off, but I think that, it's actually kind of bullshit that a person should be fined for showing a tit. Like, it's one of the first things most people see. Not most people, but a lot of people, I guess. You are valid whether you breastfeed or were breastfed or not, or chest feeding, because it's 2019. Just whoever wants to can do that. But then you get page 91.
Page 91.
We're skipping ahead of it.
That's all right.
Because what Mr. Owens, what Mr. Glore failed to include is that the titles have page numbers next to them. This document is like 90 some pages long.
The previous one was 69 pages. This is 94 pages.
Yep. So like Granddaughters is on page 10. Nightmares is on page 17. These are just little highlights for you. Mm-hmm. That whoever made this document was kind enough to throw down. But yeah, page 91 comes to us from Lexington, Kentucky, all the way from there.
Okay. Well, let's learn about it. Ticket number 303334, Super Bowl halftime. I think it's horrible that my children or anyone's child should have to witness indecent exposure during the Super Bowl halftime. Adam Levine should be fined and needs to issue a public apology immediately. The same course of action that was taken against Janet Jackson needs to be taken against Adam Levine of Maroon 5.
Hey. Again, appreciate the crusade.
Yeah.
But, like, you can't gotcha somebody with Adam Levine. No one cares about Adam Levine. But page 6, to time travel ourselves back to the beginning of this document. Look at that. Comes from Dayton, Massachusetts. And I will tell you, okay, friend, the Boston area. Okay, all right. Dayton.
Yeah.
What area code would Dayton be in?
I don't know.
I'm looking it up.
I love that I saw the name, I read it in my head, and it was the same pronunciation you used. I like that I am that New England poisoned that I know the words now.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, Dayton's next to, like, Taunton, Swansea, Attleboro. It's, like, next door to Providence. Okay, I'm sorry. The Boston area. Please.
Gotcha. All right. Well, hey. Ticket number 30298808, Super Bowl. I was very disappointed with the commercial content being allowed so early in the evening. We live in the Boston area, and at 5:45, a horror movie promo came on. My young children are watching TV, and we have to change the channel. Can't you wait till after 1/2 time when most young kids are sleeping? I mean, fair question.
Yeah. So if you're, dear listener, if you're playing a drinking game with this particular rack of commercials, not commercials, complaints, some things you're going to want to look out for is obviously Adam Levine, but also two things that happened this year are that they showed TV spots for the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark movie and the movie Us by Jordan Peele.
Okay.
I don't remember the TV spots particularly, so I couldn't tell you whether they're appropriate or not. But there's a lot of people that are like, my 4-year-old was there and like, okay,
Sure.
sorry, that's one of the things that happens to you when you're a child is you're going to see something that's super terrifying on TV.
What the heck? I watched. I think the worst movie I saw at a very underage age was The Accused. I got to see The Accused when I was a preschool age child. If you don't know The Accused, The Accused is it's based on a true story that happened in, was it Fall River?
Fall River,
Massachusetts. Somebody was assaulted in a bar on top of,
not that far from Titan, actually.
Was it a pool table or a pinball machine?
It was a in the
movie it was pinball. In the real life was, yeah. So that's what the movie's about. It stars Jodie Foster as the person who was assaulted, and my parents said, "Yeah, you can watch that, Geoff. That's fine." The Accused. All right, let's on that bombshell. We'll do one more, and I got us a nice little match set up with Hanma.
Yeah, it's rough. That's awful. I'm like, please skimming it. Yeah, like I'm reading about The Accused and how like some of the actors like threw up in their trailer after filming some of those sequences. Let's see here. We got page 9.
Page 9.
Yeah, page 9. We're still in the Eastern Time Zone, friends. Do not worry. We're in good old Charleston, South Carolina. Huh?
Charleston, they say. Well,
yeah.
Ticket number 3029821, inappropriate commercial. A movie trailer with content that was too graphic and scary for children aired in the early evening prior to Super Bowl. Us should not be advertised at 5:52 p.m. Eastern when families and small children are waiting for Super Bowl kickoff. My 4- and 6-year-olds are old enough to recognize blood, bad guys in shadows, and fear. Please save this content until after 7 or 8 p.m. when most small children will have gone to bed. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they got a fall in here because, okay, they didn't imply time zone, they specified, but then
right.
They're leaving it a little bit hazy. I guess we're supposed to imply it's, it's implied it's still Eastern, but, you're going to be a pedant, go all the way.
A couple things I've learned from reading these are, number one, that a lot of the ones we're leaving out because they're just a little more slut shamey and a little more honestly racist than I really like.
Yeah.
Are about a lot of the women performers like Shakira, like Rihanna, like Beyonce and all that. The Beyonce one is just a real skid mark of a PDF. But what I've learned is that there are people in this world who use the term X-rated to mean like fully clothed people dancing, but they're moving their hips and they're like X-rated. And I've learned that there are people who use, on page 11, I brought a clip.
Yeah.
Pardon me, my God. On page 11, from the humble town of Allison Park, Pennsylvania. I apologize if it's a city, Allison Park, Pennsylvania, or whatever.
Yep. All right, we got
yourself.
Ticket number 3029827, horror movie commercials during Super Bowl. Very graphic horror movie commercial right before the Super Bowl when kids would definitely be watching.
Like, I feel like I just have a different definition of very graphic than some other people might. I think that if you could conceivably see it on television before the watershed, I do not consider it even a little graphic.
Indeed. Well,
Like,
you know what's going to be graphic?
What is going to be? Oh yeah, the death match.
We got us a bloodbath tonight there, Monster. We got the Dark Patriot. We got Kenta Kobashi. We got Magnum TA. We got Sid Vicious. We got Team Storm. We got Mikey Whipwreck. We got Roderick Strong. And coming back strong, we have Tomoaki Hanma. Monster Skippy Granola's got his work cut out for him tonight here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
That is absolutely right, Owens. The game has changed quite a bit tonight in a lot of ways already, and we are not entirely certain whether or not Tomoaki Hanma can actually die. Well, the chances are very strong that we're going to find out tonight, though.
You know, we have at least half of each team a former world's heavyweight champion. This is going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. Let's send it off to good old referee Skippy Granola. Dark Patriot, as our humble intern Lekik points out, well known for the patented Scud missile attack. That said, we haven't really seen anybody take to the air in the barbed wire matches. You know, I don't know if the top of the turnbuckles are rigged to explode.
It's true, but you can also tell from the fact that Dark Patriot appears to be wearing some kind of martial arts gear, some sort of Kempo attire or what have you. That is some sort of a technique that is used to confuse one's opponents, and you never quite know exactly what sort of maneuvers your opponent is capable of. So you never know. Dark Patriot may take to the air tonight.
He could. I believe also that suit is going to give him a bit of an advantage going against the barbed wire. I mean, could be Kevlar lined, it could be non-grip nylon, who can say, but you know, Magnum TA coming out looking very underdressed for the barbed wire, but you know, he is a real tough son of a gun. Magnum's afraid of nothing.
That's true, and also you know that Magnum loves to showboat for the ladies. And now he's no, that's is that. I keep confusing. Okay, TA is the one with the mustache. The other one is Sid Vicious.
White boots is Magnum. Yeah, it's Terry Allen.
Oh, he is wearing. Is that Mikey Whipwreck?
Yeah, it's Mikey Whipwreck. You can see Kenta Kobayashi just kind of meandered around that light tube, Monster, not picking it up. You know, wondering if young Kenta might be a little too proud to resort to the light tube to win this match tonight.
You know, but I'll tell you who's not going to have a problem with that.
Hanma's busted wide open. I'm sorry, Monster. It is a mess.
That is absolutely right. The carnage is starting, and Hanma's not looking any better for wear right now.
He has fired up and took it out on young Kenta Kobashi, who eats the barbed wire. I believe Mikey Whipwreck threw him in. Hanma back into the barbed wire. Dark Patriot in the center of the ring with Roderick Strong.
And once again, you might as well call it a Denny's or something like that, because it is a ham bone slam fest in here.
What the fuck is up, Denny's? Indeed, Monster. As the Dark Patriot tries to go after Roderick Strong, who reverses it into a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker of some sort.
That's right. Oh!
Rough Granola's down! Rough Granola's down and busted wide open! Folks, if he doesn't get up in 10 minutes, I don't know who's going to call it. Oh, he's back to his feet. Thank God. Whipwreck and Hanma with a power bomb on Kenta Kobashi. You know, he does have something of a weak neck.
That is absolutely true, but what he's got, what he lacks in neck strength, he makes up. God damn it.
He makes up in fighting spirit. Your man does it for the kids.
Yes.
It's once again. Oh, and now Kenta is wide open.
It is not looking good now for him.
Pretty soon, Monster, we're going to be looking who's the only person not bleeding. Noticing a distinct lack, really, of weapons so far this match. I believe young Whipwreck did pick up the barbed wire bat at one point, but did not get to utilize it to its fullest potential.
Now, the only weapon that we've seen deployed so far, Dark Patriot, I was going to say, was Dark Patriot employing the weapon of treachery to try to bend the rules in his favor by taking Skippy Granola out of the equation. But as you can see, he is full of vim and fighting pep.
Tim Storm kicks out at 2. Magnum TA going for a backslide.
I'm like Tim Hortons or something, I don't know.
Magnum fixing the tape, showing, a little gun show for the ladies. Dark Patriot and Mikey Whipwreck both to the barbed wire. Magnum, Tim Storm over his head. I thought he was going to throw him out of the ring, Monster.
And you got to wonder what kind of horrible delights await outside the ring. And that man just clapped, and I'm not sure why, but now 2 men are tipping him over.
Alma fights off Sid Vicious and Magnum TA, and the Dark Patriot is psyched up. Look at that dance.
These 2 bottle blonde gorillas are getting it shown to them today.
Now, I know I say this a lot, Monster, but Tomoaki Hanma is not somebody I would want to meet in a dark alley, but I gotta say, that man is dang near iridescent. I don't think he could hide in a dark alley.
I don't think he could either. His glistening, gleaming bronze skin, which protects him from harm in an environment such as this.
I believe he has busted Sid Vicious open.
Unfortunately, is far too protective. You may have noticed that at least that some of this barbed wire has actually been blessed by a priest, and that is why it is able to pierce the normally impenetrable skin of Hanma.
Interesting. I was wondering about that. That does make sense. Magnum TA narrowly avoids going through Ref Granola on his trip to the ropes.
And the enchanted barbed wire is hungry tonight, folks.
I think Tim Storm, Mikey Whipwreck, and Roderick Strong are the only people that have not been split open by the fencing.
In medieval days, you might have to test your fate against the Iron Maiden, but here in the wrestling ring, it's Dark Patriot with, looks like, okay, no, he put it down.
Had a light tube, swung once, swung twice, gave up as he goes for a pin on Mikey Whipwreck. Kicks out that.
Not quite enough.
Say what you will about Mikey Whipwreck, that kid has guts like I've never seen.
That is true. You could not pay me enough to get into a highway pileup like this match. Just a bunch of enormous superheroes trying to kill each other.
Storm and Magnum trading bombs. This could be a 60-minute Broadway caliber match anywhere else in the world, but they got 15 minutes to get it done before this ring explodes tonight.
That is absolutely right.
Whipwreck finally using the sledgehammer on Sid Vicious. Maybe Whipwreck's going to sneak a pin in. Nope. Kobashi's in with the double team.
Hanma's... No, he's down. Never mind.
Well, he's still breathing. A Rep Granola would have called him out, so don't count Hanma out.
That is absolutely correct. The fact is that a lot of these matches, and this may be how it goes in approximately 2 minutes, a lot of these matches...
Kobashi with the pin!
With a lot of body bags and toe tags.
1 minute left, Monster. 1 minute left. Hanma's firing up with a beautiful clothesline on Sid Vicious. Does not go for a pin, though. He's going back after Terry Allen.
Just trying to accomplish with technique what raw brute force could not.
30 seconds to go.
In many ways, these matches are tauntines because if somebody doesn't lose, everybody dies.
Tim Storm is bleeding. Mikey Whipwreck is bleeding. Roderick Strong, the only man left, bleeding. If he kicks out, 5... We're not having it. It's over.
It is over. These noble, gallant men.
They tried.
They fought. They gave it all. They gave their lives. Hanma might come back because I don't think he can die. I think he's more of a yokai kind of thing than a person.
Okay, we can keep him in.
He just has that. Look at him. Metal.
At least the threat of the Dark Patriot stuff. Wait a second. I just remembered something.
Yeah. I mostly don't remember it, so I'm pretty excited for having it.
Where is it? There's GWF. There it is. Now, do you remember?
Yep. Darker Patriot.
Oh, wrong one. No. Not that.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Darker Patriot has been immersed in mutagenic toxic waste. Friends.
Did we have another? Did we have? I think we were using this one. Yep. The People's Patriot.
People's Patriot. I'll be right back. Hang on a second.
All right. Let's see. Who's some goodies in here we can throw in? Scotty Flamingo. You gotta put in Scotty the Body. I feel like that's a good one for him. I mean, why not put Marcus Bagwell in? The handsome stranger. What else we got? Do we have like a weirder? Oh, where's costumes? Just red boots. Yeah. Barry Horowitz. What do we got for him? Okay, I don't think he's gonna pat himself on the back, but that's pretty good. Tug Taylor was fun earlier. Why not bring him back? Actually, let's do Tug and let's get rid of Barry Horowitz. We'll put in Chaz. All right, I think this is a great global plus Hanma cluster. Do we have a title for this? No, we don't have a title. Okay. Settings. I'm gonna push this to 30. Don't tell the monster. Shh. We'll forget when we get there. I would like to see a winner come out of this. I mean, all of us are gonna be the winner for watching it. Speaking of winners, if you haven't donated, I'm at the halfway point trying to make $1,000 for children's hospitals, my local ones in New Jersey through Extra Life, Children's Miracles. It's a good thing if you got a couple bucks, throw it in. I'm going to be doing on Saturday, this coming Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, the big Dark Souls goof stream. Every boss I have to drink a terrible drink after I win. So far, I have to drink 4 shots of Malort and 2 mystery drinks that my wife gets to pick. We'll see what happens for rounding out the full 12 or 13 bosses that I end up having to face. So that'll be fun. Incentives, I don't know if you're feeling fancy, $25. You can ask a former math teacher a math question or something about Dragon Quest. Or, if it's not about that, that's cool. I'll answer it, $150, that'll clear us out and it'll round out my Dark Souls malarkey. Chug a beer after the next boss. I have, I bought a case of Big Wave beer from the store. They're tasty. They're like a 4.5%er. I was thinking smart, to mix in a watery beer with that booze. I mean, it's gonna smell like a brewery full of onions on Saturday. It's gonna be great. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to be doing 6 o'clock tomorrow, Thursday the 2nd, and Friday the 3rd. I'm going to probably do some more Ring Fit tomorrow. I did 2 hours of it the other day, cussing like a sailor and, sweating like just my terrible Mediterranean heritage makes me. Perhaps we might do more Fire Pro. Not sure. I also have a Demon's Souls randomizer I didn't touch tonight that I might do. It's on the PlayStation 3, so as long as that emulator doesn't crash, I'll keep doing it. It's quite fun. There's goofy stuff. Friday, Dragon Quest 1 on the Super Nintendo. If you do exclamation DQQ or Dragon Quest, that's my video series I was doing with my friend Skippy Granola, who is our humble referee tonight. That's how I started processing my younger brother's death, just playing all those games, because we used to do them as kids. But the first one is absolutely one we could knock out in a day. I did find a randomizer. I got it to randomize, but only the Japanese version. I haven't been able to get it to patch to English. I'm going to try that again, and if I get that to work, I'll play that version, but it's probably looking like just vanilla Dragon Quest 1, which is fine. It's a fun, goofy evening. I got more Like a Dragon Ishin to, knock through. What else I got? Road 96, that's always a classic one I like to do, to just throw on and BS and drink beers. It's pretty painless. I believe we're in the middle of a Jason Voorhees run of just trying to murder as many of those runaway teen youths as we can. And, we'll see how that goes. But I think at this point, Monster's probably coming back. So, darn Utes, oh, them Utes, they just want to escape their totalitarian country and go north. How dare theys? They put out a prequel to Road 96, and I was going to get it, because, like, it's not a good game. I recognize it's not a good game, but, like, it's easy for me to just play in malarkey with. I didn't do it, and I'm glad, because it is apparently nothing like Road 96. Apparently there's like a very poorly implemented Tony Hawk Pro Skater thing, and it's pretty much got nothing but trash reviews, so that's great. But anyway, tonight here, back in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, referee Skipping Ghostnola is going to try and call it down the middle as we have the Dark Patriot, the Darker Patriot, Scotty Flamingo, the hot throb of all the ladies, Chaz, Tomoaki Hanma, the People's Patriot, the Handsome Stranger, and Tugboat Sailor going at it in a barbed wire death match. Now, some say that they've noticed some interactions between Chaz and Tugboat Taylor, showing that, you know, this fan favorite and hated heel perhaps have some sort of connection outside the ring. Now, they have vociferously denied it, but sources tell me, Monster, that Tugboat Taylor has a young son right around Chaz's age. What do you think about that?
Well, that would be a layer of intrigue unheard of before in the sport of professional wrestling, Owens. I certainly can't think of a single time when something like that has occurred, but you never know, because in the ring, you never know what kind of thing is going to happen. You might get mysterious relationships like that. You might get dunked in a vat of toxic waste and become a different, even worse Patriot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You never know. You never know.
Well,
now,
sorry, Monster. Please
I would
continue.
also like to point out that the hand Some Stranger tonight is sponsored by Huggies. You can see he's got a diaper on. Tonight, he does not have incontinence problems. He's actually trying to erase the stigma.
Well, you see, Monster,
Okay.
the thing about the Handsome Stranger is that he is indeed a virgin and is saving himself for marriage. And they say the woman he truly loves is the one he will give a rose to at ringside, and only then will he take off his mask on his wedding night.
Oh my goodness. A story of wrestling, intrigue, and romance written in the very stars.
Indeed, and, you know, both the Handsome Stranger and Scotty Flamingo have had some run-ins with each other and Chaz, so wondering if Tugboat Taylor really is his father. But you know what, Monster? It is not time to make a change. Just relax. Take it easy. Let's send it on down to referee Skippy Ghostnola.
Right away, we're getting into it. A lot of people have died tonight, folks, and there's a pretty good chance that some more people are going to die tonight, except for Hanma, who I don't think can die.
It might be statistically impossible for that man to die, and, you know, as something of a scientist, I am here to observe and report.
That is absolutely true. Now, we also don't know, fight fans, what kind of effect it is going to have on our crops and on the rains in the rainy season that we did feed the wrestling god 2 Ricky Mortons tonight. There's really, I checked, folks, there's only supposed to be 1 Ricky Morton. There's 2. There were 2. They're dead, but
some will tell you that superposition is merely a theoretical construct, but we did see it tonight, and I have also been informed in an interview earlier tonight my intern Light Kick conducted. The Darker Patriot has vowed to irradiate the hand of Some Stranger's future wife tonight. Perhaps stranger things are afoot with time travel than we even thought, and I'm handed another note. I need to step away to the beer cooler real quick to help with the sale.
That's absolutely right, Owens. And oh my goodness, some nasty action there. Hanma circling in on his prey like a panther of the steppes, or a mountain lion of the mountain. The handsome. Oh my goodness. The People's Patriot is down, but clearly not out. Nope. He's back down. Okay. springing to his feet, showing that. Meanwhile, while that's going on, Tugboat has got a light and he just can't seem to hit anybody with it. And now he's doing the tango with Dark Patriot. Oh, Hanma is starting to feel his oats, fight fans, and that can only mean one thing. People are gonna die. Except for him, because again. Oh!
And I'm back just in time for another quick commercial call from our sponsor, Kona Brewing, presenting with you the big wave. It is Liquid Aloha Premium Beer.
You know, whenever you want to shoot the curl or get stuffed in a barrel or
hang 10 with your buddies down on the pike, reach for a big wave. Just like Doug Taylor was reaching to squeeze the insides out of young Scotty Flamingo.
Whenever you want to hang 10 and shoot the curl, grass skirts.
Indeed, as we see the Darker Patriot and the People's Patriot teaming up and going against each other with Tomoaki Hanma in the corner. You know, it must just be that sort of thing where once you confront face to face with God, your just brain melts and you don't know which way is up.
That is absolutely the case from what I understand. Unfortunately, the Dark Patriot and the Darker Patriot have both seen into the reverse patriotism realm where there are things that this man was not meant to see. That's all I can really tell you. Man, an absolutely wrestler was not meant to see.
Indeed, as Scotty Flamingo is going after the handsome stranger with a broken table, he's looking to maim him, monster.
You know, he might not be so handsome after all. This when this match is complete.
Dark Patriot trying to steal a pin off Hanma. It's not going to be that easy.
Hanma came to fight tonight. He did not come to play. And there is the Dark Patriot standing there calculatedly surveying the carnage.
Doug Taylor busts Chad's up open. I think maybe he's not his father. Would a father do that to his son? Not once, but twice, monster.
Well, you know, in the Old Testament, that one guy, you know, he did that. He killed his kid. So you got to figure that if it's good enough for old guy in that book there that's in the book, it's got to be good enough for the giants of professional wrestling.
Well, you know, my free time, monster, I am something of a biblical scholar. I can confirm everything you said as we see Doug Taylor busting open Scotty Flamingo and hit him with a really crisp back body drop.
And it is written that you are only going to see frantic action like this here on the Superstation, folks.
Hey, make sure.
Yeah. Oh, shit, I forgot. It's canon now. Crap.
Yeah. Well, make sure to see us every Thursday, every Wednesday at 6:05 Turner time.
It's for when you're flipping around after the commercials start on the thing you were going to watch, and then you see this and it's starting.
We got Mama's Family. We got Roseanne. We got The Feud. It's all here on CBS. The People's Patriot, the Dark Patriot, and the Darker Patriot are all just going at it. I don't know what we're even seeing tonight, monster. These men are supposed to be on the same side.
They are having a Patri-off, and we are all reaping the benefits of that. But I'll tell you who else might be reaping some stuff, and that is the Grim Reaper, the Spectre of Death itself, who in approximately 3 minutes may very well come for each one of these men.
Indeed, indeed. That is entirely plausible. But, you know, I'm thinking perhaps with our, conundrum of multiple Mortons tonight, perhaps the Patriots have been hipped into a documentary filmed in real time called The One, starring Jet Li, where, if they are successfully able to, hate to say it, but take the other one out of commission, they will subsume his powers and become substantially stronger, much like the Highlander.
You know, that science checks out from where I'm sitting, Owens. But I'll tell you what doesn't check out is any of these roaches in this Roach Motel of carnage.
The handsome stranger with a back body drop on Chaz Taylor. Chaz is up quick. Scotty Flamingo puts the Stranger back down, and Stranger's just going to work now on Chaz. It's once again the Patriots continuum. Can't decide whether to fight each other or Hanma.
And Tugboat there showing what he thinks of Dark Patriots' machinations and schemes.
Are we seeing a change of heart for the Tugboat over there?
Look, all I'm saying, okay? All I'm saying, Dave Sullivan made the committee to kill Hulkamania. There was still Hulkamania, but you'll notice it's gone now, and Dark Patriot remains.
He didn't give us a timeline. He just said he'd do it as, hey, we're past 15 minutes. Monster, what's going on in Calgary, Alberta, Canada tonight?
We are in the chaos realm now, Owens. We are plunged into unimaginable, no one can possibly know.
This is the question for Mr. Johannes Kepler himself. We are just not equipped to answer it as the People's Patriot starts dropping some big left hands on Chaz Taylor.
The only thing that's not a paradox is how much ass-kicking is going on in this ring tonight.
Scotty Flamingo and the Dark Patriot teaming up on Hanma. Hanma fighting out with headbutts but gets thrown back into the barbed wire by the Patriot, who goes for a pin.
Two.
Only a 2.
Oh.
Somebody's fired up. I don't know who it is.
Sounds like it's these fans from the sound of it. And who could blame them with glorious action like this happening every Thursday, every Saturday, every day, every other couple days, every fourth day, and then also the days after that too, here on the Superstation.
I've been passed the note. Intern Ledkick has consulted with the quantum physics professor down at the local community college, and I'm being informed that the presence of 3 Patriot variants is what is altering our perception of time tonight.
Huh. You know, that makes a lot of sense. I consider myself a monster of science. True. Scientific monster, you know, rational, thinking.
Exacting.
Exacting. Even using my razor-like monstrous intellect, I cannot fathom any way that could be anything other than totally true. The science is airtight. Airtight, Owens. It is. You could not fit so much as the tip of your pinky finger.
Indeed, as we see the dead center of the ring turning into an 8-way car crash as the Darker Patriot salutes for the crowd. Tug Taylor's having none of it. I think Tug Taylor's gone American.
Look at the disrespect Darker Patriot is showing for this nation, or possibly the respect. I can't tell if he's doing it ironically or what. He's on a couple different levels. He's the Darker Patriot.
Ghostnola going for the pin, but a quick kick out. Somebody got counted out. I didn't even see the flash finish, Monster.
You know, it looks... The Darker Patriot has given his life tonight. In that look at these men. They're standing, they're looking at each other because they all know that it could have been them.
The hand, some stranger managed to pull it out by just knocking the Darker Patriot unconscious.
This is a very unorthodox kind of result that we typically see in matches like these, fight fans. Usually nobody survives. But in a case like this, everybody here is going to get to go on and live normal, full, healthy lives, except for the Darker Patriot. Although my understanding from the viewers at home, and we here at the commentary desk, we don't have the ability to see what's going on the cameras and whatnot. But my understanding is that there was a sort of a zoom on Darker Patriot's eye that then sort of opened, indicating perhaps that he would be back, like in a sequel or something like that. That's what I've been told. Like he's not really dead.
All right, well.
Wait, do we have Arachnaman? We have Arachnaman, don't we?
Technically. Let's see if he has an Arachnaman alternate costume.
If he's got a Bad Street, I have a feeling.
No, I just have Bad Street.
Oh.
They probably made Arachnaman a separate one. Well, Monster, joining the Patriot Triumvirate in Tomoaki Hanma, we got Tully Blanchard, the Iceman, Dean Malenko, Nature Boy, Buddy Landell, and don't call me Arachnaman, I am Bad Street, going at it tonight in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
You know, this kind of action, you typically would have to... You couldn't see it, actually. Never mind. It's a whole. You wouldn't even be able to see it because this kind of action, this kind of quality wrestling entertainment
Monster, we have some. So I'm sorry to interrupt you. We got some local celebrities coming in. Good old Max and Chachi have showed up with their party too. They are some wonderful streamers. They do a variety of things. Just class acts all the way. Gotta appreciate them. Love the support.
You know, that is fantastic to hear. Thanks for being out there in Streamland, Max and Chachi. And the thing is, folks, this is the kind of wrestling action that you can only see here in the Fire Pro Dome. If you were to go to any other dome and look for wrestling of comparable quality, you would probably die on a fool's errand. But here at Ghostnola Industries, you are getting the quality. You are getting the conditioning, the athletics. You are getting, again, Darker Patriot, who is Dark Patriot, but he fell into toxic waste, and now there's two of them, and one of them is darker than the other one. That's the kind of thing you're going to get.
Don't forget, we got the People's Patriot turning coat on America way back when, throwing, his tag team partner in a pivotal tag team title match. That's right. Chico himself, Tito Santana, threw him over the top rope with that killer instinct in his eye and saluted the crowd, signifying, yes, I am part of the USSR, started cladding himself in all red. But anyway, as Monster mentioned, this is quality wrestling tonight, and also, maybe you want to feel quality about yourself. There is a charity drive going on to donate money to children's hospitals. That's Extra Life. We're halfway to our goal. Smash that exclamation point donate, throw in a couple of bucks, and we'll do something dumb. So hey, I've talked enough. Let's throw it to good old referee Skippy Canola here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
That is absolutely right, Owens. Now, you just think about those sick kids there, and I'm going to tell you something. If you don't donate money, we're going to hurt them because they're sick.
Patriots starting off, going right at each other again. I'm not going to touch what you said with a 10-foot pole, Monster, as the Nature Boy, Buddy Landell, and Don't Call Me Iraq the Man is Bad Street are also tying up.
We call it high-pressure sales. The next step is you get a gun.
Tully,
go out there and
Tully Blanchard are first to hit the ropes tonight and get split wide open.
Dark Patriot.
We got some support tonight for Not Iraq the Man. The kids love Not Iraq the Man. You gotta wonder what happened to him.
You know, my understanding is that he swang his way back to Web City, USA after a successful... my understanding is that he actually typically engages in costume vigilantism, not mostly wrestling, but he did try the wrestling thing for a while. But the thing is that, here was the thing, Owens. Arachnaman had to go back to Web City, USA so that he could fight Octodoctopus and the Blue...
The Blue, yes, no, the famous villain, the Blue. Yep.
Blue. Blue Gobulin.
I think our mini story going on here is Darker Patriot and Tomoaki Hama going at it. They started out with a test of strength. Now, surprisingly, the nuclear-powered monster could not overpower Hama. They just kind of had to shrug it off and go separate ways for a moment.
And that is something to consider, by the way. Bad Street only has the strength of a normal man. Even though he is similar in tone and conditioning to Arachnaman, he does not have the spider-based superpowers that Arachnaman have. So he is in that ring right now with Darker Patriot, and it does not look good for anybody.
Indeed, you know, much like famed villain the Blue, who is, you know, just depression, Arachnaman is also, you know, as the Blue's kind of a conceptual villain, Arachnaman's kind of a conceptual hero. You know, it's a little highbrow, but much as, you know, we saw with multiple Mortons and the issue with all of these Patriots in here, time is just really condensing and collapsing in upon itself here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, at the Saddle Dome.
Time is absolutely coming unspooled, Owen, and it could not happen in a more exciting match. You might even think to yourself that the sheer quality of the wrestling you are seeing right now, the classic nature of a match like this, is what is causing rifts in the space-time continuum.
Buddy Landell trying to send Demolenk to the ropes. First time doesn't work. Second time hits him just right. He is bleeding. I think the Nature Boy and Hanma are only non-bleeders. You know, these masked men, it is hard to tell.
It is absolutely hard to tell. And with a mask like Bad Streets, that's going to get... Oh, he's attempting to do some sort of martial arts maneuvers at this time. playing the mind game, attempting. Is that Dean Malenko?
Yes.
All right, attempting to pin Dean Malenko. Not able to pull it off. The man of 1,000 holds stands tall, and now we have a battle of the masked rogues going on in the ring tonight.
Malenko locking the Darker Patriot into a Campbell clutch, but Darker Patriot is, again, a nuclear-powered monster. Too strong for it as Nature Boy Buddy Landell throws one of his patented figure fours on, but can't get the job done. That's just waiting for Ref Granola to get over. Only gets a 1 on Tully Blanchard.
Just a big old pile up, and Dean Malenko is very eager to get himself some. And are there 2 Dean Malenkos? Or no, that's Tully Blanchard. Never mind. Dean Malenko and Tully Blanchard fighting each other is just kind of a weird visual joke. It's hard to explain. These 2 men.
Well, you see,
meanwhile, explosion.
The differences are subtle, whereas Dean Malenko is kind of a thinking man's Carl Gotch. Tully Blanchard is, a thinking man's junior varsity Ric Flair.
Oh, man. Harsh but fair, Owens. And Skippy Granola is down.
No,
look at him.
Ref Granola once again is on the ground bleeding. It's a sad day for wrestling rules and regulations.
He has been exposed to too many time rays, and his mind cannot comprehend the horrors, but you can see that he is back up once again in tip-top shape. He may not have the physical conditioning of these titans of wrestling, but you can tell that he spends his time conditioning his body to the limit for the demands of the job.
10 minutes gone by in this contest, and a lot of men are down, a lot of men are bleeding. We've seen some pin attempts, we've seen some submission attempts. Nobody's really going all out with these weapons. Kind of strange.
It is entirely possible that the bloodletting has only begun here at the Calgary Stampede. Again, I would remind the folks listening at home, watching this match at home, it is entirely possible that everybody except possibly Hanma and the Patriots is going to die. Actually, I think maybe just Tully Blanchard and Dean Malenko are probably going to die. I don't know.
Well, they are a more classic, cut from the same cloth style of traditional wrestler. This is really, they're kind of out of their element in here, and it's showing.
That is absolutely true. Unfortunately, Dean Malenko, while he is a solid grappler, does not have any nuclear-based superpowers that I'm aware of.
Once again, I believe the barbed wire has been blessed by a priest as Hanma is busted open despite his leathery exterior.
Incredible. And down goes Bad Street. Bad Street is taking a bad turn down a bad alley.
Monster, we have I've been handed a note by my intern leg kick. We might have another time twist going on. Can we be sure that this is in fact the Nature Boy Buddy Landell and not Greg Valentine disguised as Buddy Landell?
That would be typical of that scheming Valentine to try to get into a prestigious match like this. Oh no, Hanma's doing his thing. He does. I
think we can be safe that it is the Nature Boy Buddy Landell. If you look closely, he is wearing knee pads. The Hammer, not so fond of knee pads.
He's about to either kill somebody or die. One of those two, Hanma. You never really can tell. Did you know he doesn't have organs?
I did not know that.
He's just skin. He's just that metallic bronze skin. There's hollow in there. He's like an urn.
Just full of rage and competitive spirit and fighting spirit, he is.
Absolutely. Presumably haunted, because there's no real motive power that moves him, so I would have a feeling that there's probably some sort of a haunting or a curse happening there.
Dean Malenko with a beautiful drop kick on the Darker Patriot and a wonderful suplex on the Nature Boy, but those technical abilities aren't coming in handy as Tully Blanchard almost steals a pin on Bad Street. But the People's Patriot is going to make him pay for that attempt. He picks up the kendo stick.
You can't blame Blanchard for trying. The sheer fact of the matter, Owens, is that getting into a death match along these lines is essentially a taunting. You are volunteering your body. You are volunteering to die.
The Northern Lights suplex from Dean Malenko has put the Dark Patriot down for the count. I did not believe in Dean Malenko, and I am sitting here with egg all over my face.
You know, I hope that crow tastes good, Owens, because anybody who didn't believe in Dean Malenko is probably feeling pretty silly right now. And it seems as though the man of 1,000 holds has also liberated us from a time loop. Or a time, I don't know.
From a time. You want to change match type?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, no, actually, no. I really like these death matches.
Okay. I mean, no, we could do like landmine. We have other cage is just cage. It's not actually a death match. Landmine's the other one.
People. Okay. Did the landmines? Do people die though from those?
I think they can. Probably they can get knocked out.
Yeah.
Let's try that.
Throw it on.
We'll find out by doing it. Let me check settings. Okay. Corner options. Barbed wire or fluorescent lamps in the corners.
I don't know that I would give it unlimited time.
I'll turn
the
20 minutes. Now we can do 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Perfect.
Annoying. Okay. Yeah, lamps in the corner. Crank that. Speed's fine. Rope break off. Yep. Okay, they don't have the special. We can't do their special move. Yeah, I think this is good.
Yeah.
Oh, critical high. All right, good.
Yeah, perfect.
Do we have a title? Oh, we have titles. Oh my gosh. I guess we're gonna defend the leg kick memorial tonight.
Oh dear. Folks are getting hurt this evening. Ron Garvin.
We got a treat for you tonight here at the Calgary Stampede. Is rugged Ronnie Garvin is taking on the leg kick memorial landmine deathmatch champion, the Session Moth Martina herself. Rubbery Skippy Granola is primed and ready to decide a winner for us tonight.
He's looking to enforce the rules in a land where the only difference between rules and no rules is there isn't really a difference, because it is the landmine death match, folks. It is the most lethal kind of it is tied for first among the most lethal kinds of matches that you could possibly get yourself into. You don't do this kind of death match unless you have a death wish, and that death wish is for people die.
Monster, I can't say it any better myself. Death is in the title of this match. So, hey, here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, let's send it away to F. Skippy Granola.
It is time for a big old memento mori north of the border, folks.
We got broken tables. We got fluorescent tubes. And Ronnie Garvin right away into the tubes. Martina is not playing around. She does not want to give this belt up.
You know, I cannot blame her. This is one of the most prestigious titles in the business today. Ron Garvin's probably not feeling too good right now, mostly uncovered.
Indeed, it's an interesting choice to just be in your traditional tights.
Yeah, going into those tubes.
Session Moth demonstrating these MMA skills she's been picking up as she's been training around the world. You know, originally based out of the UK, spent some time in the Stardom promotion over in Japan, a little bit of time in Ring of Honor. I believe she's involved with WXW in Germany. Certainly, you know, over in the States in the independents, outside of Ring of Honor work. This girl's been everywhere.
Absolutely everywhere, folks. And I would remind you that if you die in the death match, you do die for real.
On Garvin, the front face lock, just starting to warm up the classic Garvin stomp on the Session Moth.
That is right. Oh, beautiful looking Glasgow kiss. Ronnie Garvin getting into it. When he tries to pin someone from that angle, he kind of looks like the guy from Wolfenstein, the original one, you know, or Doom, little guy.
Young BJ Blazkowicz, I believe you're referring to.
BJ Blazkowicz, yeah.
Either way, though, gets a 0 count. You know, that's got to be insulting. The Session Moth doesn't want to give up and slips under that kick and comes in to start trading blows with Garvin. Garvin is also known as the Hands of Stone. As he puts Martina down to the mat and starts tuning up the Garvin stomp. Martina, though, smart. You see, she knows she can neutralize those Hands of Stone by working over that arm and trying to break it. She is not afraid to take him to the limit in this landmine death match.
You know, that's that psychology of getting in the ring and taking your opponent apart a piece at a time. Somebody like Ronnie Garvin, the hands are stone, but everything else is stone, too. He is the human equivalent of a Rubbermaid garbage container. He is nigh indestructible.
Give up?
Ghostnola in for the check. Garvin gets away. The Moth just keeps going back. She's smart. She's working over that arm. This is classic strategy. You know, with an opponent that has, more years on you, that veteran presence is certainly a killer in and out of the ring. Don't forget, Rugged Ronnie Garvin, a former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. All right, he wants this title bad. This man is a winner.
That is absolutely true. And I would also point out that the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship, yes, it is prestigious. Oh,
Martina throws him out, explodes on the barbed wire, and Garvin is bleeding.
And yes, such a lineage of belts, some say going all the way back to Abraham Lincoln, is in fact the apex of the field. But I would say that the Leg Kick Memorial Landmine Deathmatch belt neatly eclipses such a title. Neatly. And you can see here, and even going for that 1 count, Ronnie Garvin will not rest until he goes home with that title.
Beautiful snap suplex from the Session Moth. You can see she's starting to be a little bit tired. We see both competitors up at the same time. Martina clearly winded, throwing him into that empty board. You know, we got 3 other corners with tubes.
That is true, but you got to wonder if there's a strategy there. If
we saw Garvin's strategy, just punch it as hard as he can to the guts and got a 2 count off it. You know, I don't even think I could get a 1.
The man's got hands that look like Jack Kirby drew them. He is not playing around. They're solid looking. I don't know.
Garvin has had enough. Just slaps Martina. He is insulted.
That's the kind of thing that you got to look at. It's the disrespect of your opponent, but sometimes it'll give you that psychological edge, and that psychological edge can be exactly what.
I believe we just saw the Hands of Stone. We have a new champion, Ref Ghostnola.
My goodness.
Rugged Ronnie Garvin had enough of Session Moth Martina and ended this match with 1 punch.
He beat her to death. Jesus Christ. He just punched that woman until she stopped breathing. Oh, no.
Well, we got a new title.
Ron Garvin, folks.
Well, now he's got to defend it.
Yeah.
I think Meltzer liked it. I think Meltzer would say that was a nice match, like kick, frankly.
Yeah, Meltzer would be like, 5 stars. I don't know why he's a Muppet. It's not important.
Who we got? Dark Patriot?
Listen, Dark Patriot has clearly been maneuvering this entire time to get himself across from whoever the Leg Kick Memorial Champion is. And finally, his machinations.
I mean, he's looking to consolidate. I believe. Yeah. Oh no, that was a vacant 6-man. Oh, we didn't crown that yet. Silly me.
Silly, but now
that could, maybe that's next. We put the Patriot Triumvirate against some goofs, but I think we should absolutely do this one.
This one might be my final match of the evening. This one actually will probably be my final match of the evening because I am very tired.
I gotcha. All right, well, folks, we got our main event here tonight. Rugged Ronnie Garvin is our newly crowned Leg Kick Memorial Landmine Deathmatch champion, and has a interesting challenge tonight from the Dark Patriot. Now, we saw the Dark Patriot, the Darker Patriot, and the People's Patriot involved in a little bit of timey-wimey stuff earlier, but coming out alone tonight to take on the Hands of Stone here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, with referee Skippy Ghostnola taking the helm. What do you think of the outside of a second champion being crowned, Monster?
You know, I have to say that after a night like we've seen so far here at the Fire Pro Dome, the only thing to expect is to expect the unexpected, but I don't think you can even expect that because the wrestling action here has been so unpredictably off the chain that I would say that everything you literally have ever known is going to become completely upended forever by this wrestling.
Well, my stars, it's time to stampede. Skippy Ghostnola, take us away.
As we can see here, the Dark Patriot has employed various plots and schemes to get himself where he is right now. Standing across the ring from Ron Garvin.
Again, that Garvin stomp, he's tuning it up early and often. He's not messing around.
It's the Garvin stomp, but you can also notice that Ronnie Garvin has a very devastating maneuver where he punches you in the head as hard as he can. And eventually you get a concussion and die.
Well, you know, the Session Moth was valiantly fighting to take that arm away from him, and when the Rugged One had enough, he just cleaned her clock. It was nasty.
That is absolutely true, and it's whack that they're still using the same ring that a dead body was in, but I guess there's been like, what, 12 of them so far.
I was going to say, that's kind of been the way of the world tonight. It's a little ugly, but it's been happening.
The cadaver ship has sailed. Trying to wrap up Ron Garvin in that small package, but you got to figure the wrestling ring is a hungry bitch, and she is going to get hers tonight, folks. She wants blood, and by Christ, she's going to have it.
Garvin throwing the Dark Patriot into the tubes, and Patriot just walks it off like nothing happened, counters with a beautiful delayed suplex. Garvin
now,
up first.
Something some of our viewers at home might not know is that every single square inch of the Fire Pro Dome ring here at the Calgary Stampede in Fire Pro Domeville has been calculated for maximum wrestling destructive action. And as I'm sure all of our readers at home know, our more mathematical readers, I'm sure our more mathematically inclined viewers are aware that the tube is the most painful platonic solid.
Well, you know, in one direction, it's the strongest, and as you pointed out, Monster, in the other, it is certainly the most painful.
It is the single most effective when it comes to engineering destruction.
Garvin has no time for the Darker Patriot, just pushes him over, starts locking in that figure four, which you might remember from that legendary feud with Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Oh, who could forget? Ghostnola coming in there, calling it down the middle, as he always does.
Darker Patriot sneaking some rapid fists in, you know, that they are legal in this match. I don't know why he's trying to hide it from the ref.
You know, sheer force of instinct. When you're a wrestler of the caliber of the Dark Patriot, when you have indulged and engaged in the dark martial arts the way that he has, these maneuvers are like instinct to you. It's like highway hypnosis. Speaking
of instinct, Rugged Ronnie Garvin just unleashing fists on the Darker Patriot until he floored him, and then mounting and continuing to punch. Ref Ghostnola even coming in to see if he was done.
It is starting to look like...
Oh, now business is picking up. We had a low blow. Oh, he dropped the barbed wire bat. I thought Dark Patriot's going for the kill, but he's just toying with Rugged Ronnie Garvin. That could be his undoing.
If I were Dark Patriot, I would start swinging with that bat, and I wouldn't stop until that man was nothing but a fine mist and a certain amount of paperwork. Let me tell you, he just took a potato to the head from Ron Garvin, and he already is starting to fall down, but he could die tonight. Oh!
Dark Patriot again, just walking right away like nothing happened from those tubes. This is a strong man we got going on here. Rugged Ronnie Garvin, you know, this is not going to be a cakewalk for him, but I still got faith in him.
Oh, that is true. We are already seeing Dark Patriot resorting to punching in the dick. And the Patriot driver.
Ghostnola in. We got a 2 count. It's not enough.
They don't call him Rugged Ronnie Garvin for nothing.
Ghostnola in to see if he's done. It's Garvin's punching away.
It's because of how rugged he is.
The hands of stone are no joke, Monster.
He is so rugged that he's rugged.
All right, but is he rugged enough to kick out of a second Patriot driver? Ref Ghostnola's in. It's 2, and he's out.
Not even a 2.9. That is how unstoppable this man is choosing to be. And this is where you do not want to be, the rugged one punching you in the head.
Tried to go for the mount. Dark Patriot kicked him just right in the face. Perhaps was saved from the bell there. As
you can see, he's running low on Patriot juice tonight.
He is indeed busted open. That's what that stain is on the cart. And he eats another tube. This time he's down. Garvin's feeling it. Flexing the guns for the crowd. Are we going to see the hands of stone? Garvin off the ropes. Decides to slow down.
I If I were Dark Patriot, I'd be taking my chances with that hammer right now rather than face Ron Garvin's fist. This could be it right now.
Combination
right here.
Up, kicks out again as we're about 10.5 minutes in. Dark Patriot is feeling it. Look how dizzy that man is. Sends Garvin to the ropes. Can't capitalize. Back body drop. Doesn't get him out of the ring. Garvin got saved there.
You got to figure he's hoping to let that barbed wire and explosives and landmines do some of the work for him, but it is just not in the cards for him so far tonight.
Inverted atomic drop. Another Patriot driver. Is he going to go for the cover? No, Garvin's up quick. Garvin unleashing the combination. I think he's going to try and go for those mounted punches again. No, going for a cover. Ref Ghostnola is in. 1, 2, and 2-9.
Thought he could body surf his way to a victory, but not quite. There is still some Patriot juice left in Dark Patriot.
Dark Patriot's getting the nuts out. Monster, we're in trouble.
The rule book went out the window a long time ago.
I know this is I know it's a death match, but not like this. It's a Patriot driver right on the chair.
He is using those brass knuckles to make the Patriot driver even more effective. It is genius.
Well, you know, when you put it that way, I guess I have to give the man credit, even though I do not respect him, Monster.
An innovator of the art of cheating.
Garvin's firing up. He couldn't really follow up those Garvin stomps, put him down with a headbutt, but as we see, once again, the Dark Patriot managed to just kick him right in the face as Garvin's trying to capitalize. Garvin trying to feel it from the crowd. Are we going to see the Garvin stomp, Monster?
Dark Patriot trying to rally. Will it be enough? Can anything be enough at this point?
He just punched Ronnie Garvin in the face and is mocking him with his own Garvin stomp imitation as Garvin is had enough and throws him on the landmine.
It is looking bad for Dark Patriot right now, fight fans.
I don't think anyone can hate America enough to overcome rugged Ronnie Garvin.
The hopes of a nation ride on this man.
The knocks are out again, Monster. How many does he have?
It is said that Dark Patriot has been using his various time shenanigans to go back in time and give himself additional brass knuckles. That is how badly this man wants his belt. He is willing to commit time paradoxes, thus violating the assorted regulations associated with using such devices because he wants this belt.
Mocking the combinations of Ronnie Garvin. Patriot floors him, but I don't think he can follow up. Seems a little too winded. Garvin's up, sucking some wind, a little dizzy. Patriot the backslide. Not like this, Monster.
Could this be enough?
No. No, he is out. Garvin throws him to the ropes. What are we going to say? Double down. These men are exhausted after 16 minutes of brutal deathmatch battle.
Not quite enough to get him over, and down goes Garvin.
Patriot picking up. He's going to throw him outside. Garvin fights him off. Garvin, really, I'm just waiting to him to unload that hand of something. You start seeing the Garvin stomps coming in. Both men, they're exhausted. Brutal gladiatorial combat here tonight.
Just incredible, the toll that it takes on the bodies of these performers.
Back body drop, suplex is reversed. Dark Patriot is up. He's got the hammer. No, Monster. Oh, no.
Oh. Fighting the hands of stone with the hammer of its wood, and there's also a metal part of it, too.
Garvin just hitting him right in the breadbasket. Only gets a 2. You know, you got to give Garvin credit for overcoming and hit with a sledgehammer. I don't think a normal man could handle that.
That is absolutely true. Garvin is made of incredibly strong stuff, and I would also point out that this could not quite be it. I would also point out that Dark Patriot is using special dark wrestling magics to enhance his performance. It is not illegal at this time.
Indeed. Patriot coming back with the combination of his own. 1, 2, 3. The Dark Patriot steals it from rugged Ronnie Garvin. He pulls out another pair of brass knuckles. That's 3. Monster, where is he getting them from?
The fact is, Owens, it's very possible that he's just doing sleight of hand and it's the same pair every time.
I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah.
Well, geez, that was fun. We almost went 4 hours.
That was incredibly fun.
Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow at 6. I don't know what you're up to. I'm always up for more Fire Pro. We should definitely try and sneak another session in this charity stream. Hey, I'm halfway to $1,000. Donate. Extra Life. Hit exclamation point donation. It'll be fun. Saturday's a big day. I'm starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I don't know, maybe we'll make this a regular thing. Let's do a raid. Good old Slow Beef.
Donate.
He's a Jersey boy. Let's send you over to Slow Beef. Tell him
Donate
Ruts
or
Hut
we'll find
rules. Monster, hang on a second
you.
after I finish this.
Hang
4,
on a second.
3, 2, 1. Ready to raid. Raid now. Raiding. All right.